This episode is brought to you by Progressive Insurance. What if comparing car insurance rates was as easy as putting on your favorite podcast? With Progressive, it is. Just visit the Progressive website to quote with all the coverages you want. You'll see Progressive's direct rate, then their tool will provide options from other companies so you can compare. All you need to do is choose the rate and coverage you like. Quote today at Progressive.com to join the over 28 million drivers who trust Progressive. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Comparison rates not available in all states or situations. Prices vary based on how you buy.
Hawaii is beautiful, but Tahiti is unforgettable. Take off to paradise from the United States, starting at $750 per person with Air Tahiti Nui. This limited time deal includes round-trip all-inclusive service to Tahiti. Visit airtahitinui.com. That's airtahitinui.com.
Look around. What do you see? Cars, lots of them. And guess what? They're probably on AutoTrader. Whether you're into timeless classics or the latest trends. Did somebody say solar-powered, eco-friendly, vegan leather-wrapped, aromatherapy-scented, disco ball-equipped self-driving car? If you see it on the road, you can likely find it on AutoTrader. Big cars, small cars, blue cars, new cars and used cars, electric cars, and one day, maybe even flying cars. With millions of options to choose from, buying a car becomes a whole lot easier. See it, find it. AutoTrader.
Hey, anyone know what channel the game's on? We know. Download the Sports on What app today and always know how to watch the game. Satellite, cable, or streaming. Sports on What knows the channel the game is on, and you can too. Subscribe today to start your 7-day free trial. Sports on What? We know.
And now, here's the question.
Hola, bitches. Good day to you and yours. All right, what's in a name? Well, remember when French fries were temporarily renamed Freedom Fries? More recently, there's an effort to rebrand the Gulf of Mexico the Gulf of America, which is not nearly the flex that people think it is if you have a basic understanding of geography. Well, now Texas is getting in on the action. Lieutenant Governor Dan Patrick, he met with the Texas cattle feeders and cattle raisers, and they all agreed that they want to officially rename the New York strip steak to the Texas strip steak. See, he says that Texas has over 12 million beef cattle. That's the most in the United States, and should have its name affixed to that particular cut of meat. Maybe they can also rename measles the Lone Star flu. We'll see what happens. Meanwhile, a guy in Iowa, he's struggling to legally change his daughter's name. Now, it's a long and convoluted story, but here's the gist. He only recently got custody of her, and he wants to name her Caroline because her current name is Unikite 13 Hotel. So I know what you're thinking. Who would name their child Unikite 13 Hotel? Well, no one, not a single person. But a state-run AI did, however, and thanks to the unnecessary nightmare that is bureaucracy, he's having a hard time changing her name or getting her insurance or a social security number or even an official birth certificate. Yep. Now, these are just some of the stories we've come across, stories that left us with many questions. Questions we like to ask you in the form of our random question, and this is how it works. You call us, we'll ask you a question at complete random, and after you share your story, we will share with you the news story that inspired said question.
To be a part of the big show, the random question, call 206-803-ROCK. Like KISW on Facebook, follow us on X and Instagram at Men's Room Live, and send those emails to the Men's Room at KISW.com.
And by the way, today's random question brought to you our friends at Advanced Hair Restoration.
The debauchery rolls on. You're listening to the Men's Room with Miles and Thrill. 99.9 KISW.
Oh, Pachols, away we go. Welcome to Season 20, Episode number 4,272. What a large and a charged program we have for you today. Guaranteed future repeats. Your guess is as good as mine. Is back at 4:30. Our categories today. We have the top 10 countries we'd move to if we decided to live abroad. All right. They asked Americans, hey, you want to live someplace for a year or two? Where do you want to go? What country do you want to go to? And we have the top 10 countries selected by citizens of the United States of America. If I could live anywhere other than the United States, I'd take some time and live here. The other category, from EatThis.com, they put out a list of the 100 unhealthiest foods on the planet. And we have the top 10. Keeping in mind, out of the top 10, every single one of them is a staple of the American diet. Not one. You're not going to get like non-bread or anything from anywhere else. This does not go to any other country. Paella is not going to be on there. Whatever your favorite.
Now, are these name brand or?
These are just the foods themselves.
Okay, all right.
So, like pizza's a food, so it could be on the list. Just a quick hint here: pizza's not, but some that are in the top 100 would surprise you, as far as what your perception is of healthy or unhealthy food. So, for an example, bottled and fast food smoothies. They are some of the worst things that you can eat on this planet.
Is anyone shocked by that, though?
Granola is one of the most unhealthy foods that you can eat in the top 100.
It's got to just be the sugar content.
Yeah, that's exactly
that's
right.
it.
Ketchup, barbecue sauce, coffee creamer, frozen dinners, all those things. But these are kind of more of just the tried and true ones that you kind of already know.
Man, you talk about the frozen dinners. I found a list of the 13 unhealthiest frozen foods to buy.
How many of them are in your freezer?
None of them, because they do it by name brand in this case. So you can have chicken nuggets, right? But they go like, look, if you're going to buy chicken nuggets, don't buy this chicken nuggets versus the other 85 that are on the market kind of thing. So it's kind of the per frozen food that people eat, frozen pizzas, chicken nuggets, french fries. It's kind of like this company specifically.
Ooh.
These are the ones.
Right.
None of them are healthy, but these are the ones that are like real bad. And Marie Callender's or something.
Ooh.
Oh, yeah.
See, I
that
like that
one.
She likes sugar, man.
That one bugged me, but here's the thing, Marie. I will buy you. I don't care if you soak it in Windex. If it tastes like that, man, I'm eating it.
we got a dad that lives in, he works within the in the area. I'm not sure if he's in our building or the one across the street. And so every year he listens to the show and he hits me up for Girl Scout cookies.
Yeah.
His daughter's been a Girl Scout for 35 years. I mean, it seems like I've been buying these things. So, again, this year, and I never buy cookies. Look, I might buy a box of cookies or a package of cookies. I ain't buying 3 boxes. For some reason, when the Girl Scouts come around, I buy 3 boxes. So far, I had to hide 1 box already. I ate 2 boxes of Girl Scout cookies within 48 hours.
Oh, yeah. What
And
style?
only at night. A box of Samoas.
All right.
And a box of the little sugar cookies. What are those? Treats?
Oh,
The
yeah.
little butter cookie things.
Yeah, just the traditional old school butter cookie.
I ended up buying
My
2
house
boxes
goes.
this year. And look, I don't like buying Girl Scout cookies. I have nothing against the Girl Scouts, but you always get shaken down.
Yeah.
Or they hit you with the guilt, you know what I mean, outside of the grocery store and all that crap. And that just irritates me. Anyway, I was doing pretty good. But in the Wolf Morning Show, the Wolf Pack, I don't know what promotion they did, okay? But
I know exactly what they did. They brought in someone who submitted in the Girl Scouts to be like their official ambassador, all right? So they brought one scout in who submitted whatever they submitted. And then she basically got to go on the air and cut a 30-second commercial to promote her selling her cookies, how you could get them.
Okay, well, I knew nothing about this. I thought maybe this is one of their nieces or something like that. I'm just sitting at my desk working. Real sweet girl, right?
Oh, yeah.
Real cool, real kind, super articulate. And she's kind of giving me a rundown of why she's there, but not all the details you give. So I'm just like, oh, that's cool. They invited you in to go on the air. Well, in the end, it was a sales pitch. So I bought 2 boxes.
Did you get them?
I haven't gotten them yet. They're going to send an email. I think it's like next month or something. I just did 2, and I haven't told her. I said, look, man, I hate buying this stuff from you guys because this is how you guys get us. And I do feel guilty, and you are cute, and all that crap comes into play. You got me. But 2 boxes and no more.
I dodged them last night, man.
Did you?
I was out in the grocery store, and I was about to leave. My wife was in the bathroom, so I was waiting for her, and I look over, and they're at the other door that we didn't come in. I was like, oh, we're going to go back out this door.
See, that's the thing. You might think that little girls are not intimidating. Put them in a Girl Scout uniform, hand them a box of cookies.
They're great.
Put them
Great
somewhere
salesmen.
in public.
They have the
It's like-
best child labor in all of the land.
They really do.
So I weigh myself every morning. I'm constipated now for 2-3 days. It's going on 3 days, right? I gained 5 pounds
On cookies.
eating 2 boxes. I'm not saying that girls just cookies might be on the unhealthiest foods on the planet list. I'm just throwing that out there. I just want you to know that I honestly had to hide my 3rd box, and I hid it when I was stoned. And honestly, I don't remember where I put it. So that's the point of hiding.
At least you know yourself well enough to say, hey, Stone Miles, you hide it because Silver Miles will not know what you
I have
did.
a couple locations I think they might be, but I'm still not looking there yet. I'm just going to act like they don't exist so that when I get off the couch and I'm stoned and I'm watching television, I don't go in there and go, nom, 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 nom.
See, I think it's going to be the opposite effect. I think you're going to get baked again, and all of a sudden remember where you put them. Like,
You're gonna
that's
remember
where I
exactly
put
right.
them. Zap. I know where those are.
I'll only eat 3, which is a lie. which is a freaking lie.
What's that box? Because they have the plastic around the doggone cookie holder. So it's like, these are going to go bad inside of like 2 days.
Yeah, they don't last 2 days.
No.
We just got a couple of texts here. Someone says, I just bought 40 boxes from my niece. Another one says, Girl Scouts got me this year at Safeway. I saw them at one entrance. So I was like, I'll go the long way. And I went to the other one. But there was another one standing there. They're cutthroat little girls.
I'll tell you what, they put the, every once in a while, somebody will buy a box and put it out on the kitchen, which is a communal thing. If it hits that table out in the kitchen, that means, you know what?
That's where mine are going.
It's good. So, of course, they had, I don't know,
tag-alongs, baby. Those are really good.
I'm going to eat one, right? I'm going to eat one, yeah. And another break goes by, and I go get another one, eat another one. I'm like, Jesus Christ, man.
my God.
I cannot stop.
Okay, now wait. You guys were both Boy Scout. I was Boy Scout until I got kicked out, but I was for maybe 7 months. All right. The Girl Scouts have always had this cookie racket.
Yeah.
And then one year, well, I can't say 1 year, in the months that I was there, we had to do door-to-door sales. We're not standing outside the grocery stores. We had to sell light bulbs. Now, listen, cookies are a much easier sell.
Oh, yeah.
Because there's not a lot of reasons you're not going to buy cookies, especially when you're being guilted into it. But a light bulb, man, well, I'm like, I got to, do the Boy Scouts have a Girl Scout cookie equivalent?
They don't. Well, they do, but they don't. It's almost like band. All right, so you can individually pick any. So, like 1 year, we sold tins of popcorn, like the big tins of popcorn.
Okay, that's 1 year. If I knew you can do it every year,
we didn't sell it every year. It was always a different thing. So 1 year we sold cords of firewood, which we went out and chopped down and did all that.
For where you lived, sure.
See,
that's not universal.
When I was coming up. When I was in Cub Scouts, we did 1 year where we sold Otis Spunkmeyer cookie dough. That was a really good year, dude. I loved that stuff. And I always waited for it to come back, and I never did. But then every year that I was in Boy Scouts, we always sold popcorn. We had boxes of unpopped popcorn that you could get the bags for like the microwave, and then we had tins of popcorn that you could buy as well. But we had popcorn every year.
How come the Boy Scouts never show, like the Girl Scouts show up with these freaking cookies,
They used to. I wonder if...
I like popcorn more than I like cookies. So I'm just saying, if you're selling popcorn, I will buy your popcorn.
It's a door-to-door aspect. And the idea of being door-to-door, if your doorbell rang like right now, you go, who in the hell's that?
And now everybody's got Ring cameras, so they don't answer the door.
Kind of expect,
but if you got a tin of popcorn, I'm going to open the Girl Scouts. I might play like I'm not home, but it's only because I know they're going to find me somewhere.
But the Scouts were outside of the grocery stores for a while. They're selling popcorn, and I wonder if with all the changes that they did with it, that they also nixed the popcorn.
Somebody here says the Boy Scouts, they do sell the tin of popcorn now.
Okay.
Someone else I like this says, man, sorry. It's sad because it's easier to ignore Santa ringing the bell than a little girl. You'll walk right by Santa.
Well, it's Santa, man. He's got a factory making toys. Like, he's rolling in it. Like, you give it to the Salvation Army.
Have a good day, fat boy.
When do they ever get a call up to go into battle anyway, the
Salvation Army?
Getting all these monies. At least the National Guard does stuff.
Someone there says, during Girl Scout cookie season, I quote-unquote saw my dealer today.
Nice.
It has new meaning. I did buy 2 boxes of Thin Mints that are in the freezer.
Your guess is as good as mine, coming up at 4:30. What else do we have just right before that? We have our own Ryan Castle.
The popcorn is expensive and crap.
Jesus. What's that? No. We have Ryan Castle coming in, and Ryan has a special announcement. He has not given us a lot of clues. I heard him talk about it earlier today. That he was...
I heard him talking, but I paid no attention.
Well, he just said, look, guys, at 4:30, I'm going to come in, and
That's when I stopped listening.
You're going to like it, so we assumed immediately it's a bottle of Jack Daniels and a 6-pack of Men's Room IPA.
100%.
That's what we're hoping happens. But either way, he's got some news that pertains to us, and we will let you know as soon as he tells us what the hell's going on. And apparently he said, you're going to like it. You guys are going to... So we don't know if it has to do with beer. We're assuming maybe our 20th anniversary.
If you're right about bringing in beer and whiskey, then yes, he's right. We will like it.
Exactly. So Ryan Castle on the way at 4:30.
By the way, real quick, with just one more text about Girl Scout cookies. I managed an Arco station. Girl Scout cookies are so addicted, I've been the top seller for 2 generations, daughter and granddaughter.
Nice. And today's the day that we do our random question 206-803-ROCK.
Random.
Hello, Tony. Welcome to the men's room.
Hola, bichola.
Hola.
Tony, welcome to the program. Random question.
Thank you.
What a big show we have for you today. All right, Tony. Let's just start with this one. Growing up, when did it normally start? Like middle school? Somewhere in there. Some people started in 4th grade, depending on the school you went to. But did you ever try to learn to play an instrument growing up? I think in 4th grade, we had string opportunities because I played the viola for a year.
All right.
And then in 5th grade, you were able to join the middle school band. So I played trombone. Played that for a couple of years. And then I kind of just stopped playing an instrument. But did you ever play an instrument when you were growing up, or try to at least?
I tried to play the guitar for a short time, probably about 6 months before I gave it up.
Why did you give it up? The reason I'm asking is my daughter starts high school next year, right? And she recently filled out what her schedule will be last week, and one of the electives that are on there that she picked was a guitar, which kind of blew my mind because she tried and failed miserably at trumpet. Now she picked guitar. I realized she was just picking what she thought was the best elective. I don't know that she's dying to do it, which kind of drives me crazy. But how long did you give it a go? You said about 6 months?
About 6 months, yeah. And for me, it was just you have to practice. You have to dedicate yourself.
Well,
and I just didn't do that.
Okay, I think that's the problem with any kid on any instrument. If you don't just take to it, it's one thing to do it in school because the teacher's making it, and you follow the hands and everything. But when you're at home and you got to do it, it's kind of like homework. Like,
I just bought my son a drum set, and he doesn't play it. Yeah.
Be glad.
Yeah, you might have got lucky, dude.
Bro, listen, man, I would argue of all the instruments, if you know how to, like, I can listen to Mix play drums all the time. I love the way the man plays drums. That said, I would not have wanted to know him when he was, quote, learning to play drums.
My buddy Pat played drums. He was 4 houses down. You could hear him every time he practiced. 4 houses down. These are pretty decent spaced apart.
And how bad was he?
He was not a bad drummer. You could just hear him practice all the time. It's like, Pat, stop. I'll tell you the one thing that sucked about playing an instrument in a band type situation or in a classroom type situation growing up. So you would go to the band director, the band leader, the man who taught band, right? And you'd say, look, I want to sign up and learn to play an instrument. I would like to maybe either play percussion or trumpet or whatever. Now, you would think that I'm asking to be a drummer in Rush.
Right.
All right. The way that they worked was if you had 6 or 7 people playing trumpet, then that door was it. That door was closed.
Right.
So you never played the instrument that you really wanted to play. You played the instrument that he needed other chairs for.
I got half and half
because I didn't want to play. No offense, Mike. I didn't want to play the trombone.
Hey.
First of all, because I walked to school and I walked about almost a mile.
Yeah.
A trombone wasn't the easiest thing to transport every single day.
There was a handful of days I had to walk home with my trombone 2 miles to get home. It sucks.
It's just like I had a buddy play the tuba, but guess what? He rode the bus. So plus, you could keep the tuba at school because I think
it's too big.
They
understood that. In 7th grade, I got to play drums / percussion. I would say my standout piece was the theme to Greatest American Hero, where I played the kettlebells. Doom, 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 doom. That was my part. Then we moved to Baltimore. I was not involved in band anymore, but I started playing bass. So then in my senior year, the band teacher at my high school, and I don't know who told him this. It's not like I walked around saying, I play bass. But this guy corners me in the hallway one day, Mr. Kirby. Brother's like 270 pounds and played clarinet. It was the funniest thing to watch, but he was really good. Anyway, he goes, oh, hey, man, I hear you play bass. I go, yeah, I do. He goes, well, do you want to play tuba or sousaphone? They're the same instrument. One is just made for marching, right? So I was like, oh, no, man, I definitely don't want to do that. To your point, Miles, it was he wanted to fill the void because nobody wanted to play. Right. But he hit me with this line. And if you lived in Baltimore City at the time, it definitely resonates. He goes, but you do play bass. I go, yeah. So well, you should think about playing the sousaphone. I said, brother, I can tell you right now, I'm not feeling that. He goes, can you read music? I said, no. So he's like, oh, so you let the rest of these kids in the hallway just make a noise, but you can't read something if it's put in front of you. And that really bugged me. Because it's like, okay, you're illiterate. That's cool. Walked away. Next day, I'm like, nah, man, I'm not going to be musically illiterate. That's all right. He goes, but that's what it is. He's like, if you can sit down and play an instrument, cool. There's some kids in your class that say some funny things. They can't read. I was like, God damn it. And looking back, I am so glad I did it, man. Got a healthy love of that instrument. It is a cool instrument. Do you look stupid? Yeah. You going to get laid? No. It's just like playing regular bass. Nothing really changed.
Reason we asked, did you play an instrument growing up? This is a messed up situation. A popular Seattle instrument rental business is reeling after thieves made off with dozens of instruments worth thousands of dollars from their warehouse. King County Sheriff's Office reported that the burglary occurred on the 25th of February at Studio Instrument Rentals in White Center. Glenn Cannon, they say, according to the article, an employee at Studio Instrument Rentals. Do we know him?
I'm pretty sure we do.
He expressed disbelief over the targeted theft. They came in, they grabbed what was the lightest, fastest, probably the most feasible, which was guitars. They got about $100,000 worth of our guitars. They reportedly broke through the back door, stole guitars, other equipment, and fled in one of the warehouse trucks.
Jesus.
Fortunately, police have recovered the truck a few blocks away. I don't know if they got any of the instruments. This is the first time anything of this magnitude has ever happened. Glenn said we've had small pieces of equipment go missing, but never a theft like this.
This is a heist.
This is a pretty big hit. It not only impacts the businesses, which rents out high-quality and valuable instruments, but also affects those who rely on them. Even though we were stolen from, the artists who are traveling through these markets need the gear that we promised. So not only do we need to replace what we've lost, we're scrambling to fulfill our orders to artists who we promised to take care of, and we will. They are insured. They are in the process of replacing the stolen instruments. In response to the break-in, they have significantly increased their security measures. There's now 4 padlocks on the back door. They've tried to upgrade the security system, so we certainly upped security at this point tenfold to make sure that this never happens again. That sucks.
That does suck.
More of the Random Question coming up, 206-803-ROCK.
Bosch's innovative power tools make you feel like a Bosch. Like when you pile drive screws and bolts with the 2-in-1 impact driver, you'll feel like
Macho Man Randy Savage. Oh, yeah!
Or when you powerfully blast through concrete with the Bulldog rotary hammer, you'll feel
like I have the power!
And when you make buttery smooth cuts with the Glide Miter saw, you'll feel
Scoobity-bee-bop smooth, baby.
What he said. With expertly engineered power tools, the more you Bosch, the more you feel like a
Bosch.
Hiring is a lonely business. Posting jobs, sifting through resumes, interviews with unqualified applicants, being ghosted. What if you could link with dozens of qualified candidates who are ready to work right now with just one connection? That's Express Employment Professionals. Find us at expresspros.com. One connection, the workforce you need. Problem solved. Express Employment Professionals. expresspros.com.
What's up? It's your boy, the Ted Smith. You know what's sneaky? A bunch of big corporations buying up local companies you know and love, gutting them, and keeping the name. But you know who's not a sellout? Pinky's Plumbing. That's right. Pinky's Plumbing's values start with their work ethic, honesty, how they treat their employees, and how they care for their customers. Bigger isn't always better, and that's a fact. You should know you're working with a locally owned company that truly values where they live and work. Pinky's Plumbing. Pinky'sPlumbing.com.
There's one thing that will forever change the way you sleep, and it's the softest, 100% organic cotton bedding from Boll & Branch. You'll fall asleep faster, wrapped in the most luxurious comfort. You'll never sleep hot again with airy blankets, cloud-like duvets, and breathable sheets. You'll experience pure comfort on night one and feel your bedding get softer with every wash. Discover the difference with 15% off your first order at bollandbranch.com with code Odyssey. Exclusions apply. See site for details.
Working as a dedicated Fidelity advisor, I always ask, what's important to you? I'll look at those priorities and goals alongside your full financial picture to build a comprehensive plan designed to help grow and protect your wealth. With proactive portfolio insights and an eye on taxes, I'm here to help you make the most of your money. I'm Laura Maxwell, and I'm a dedicated Fidelity advisor. Learn more at fidelity.com/wealth. Investment minimums apply. Fidelity Brokerage Services, LLC, member NYSE, SIPC.
This is the mighty 99.9 KISW and KISW HD1 Seattle. Always live on the free Odyssey app. Text the guys at 206-803-ROCK from the Pinky's Plumbing Studio. You're in the men's room.
Random question, 206-803-ROCK.
Hello, Cheyenne. Welcome to the men's room.
Random.
Hello, Cheyenne.
Hola.
Oh, no. Your phone's kind of breaking up there, man.
Probably because it's in the middle of nowhere.
All right, what about now?
There it is.
A little bit better.
What are you doing, man?
I'm doing all right. Just thinking about Girl Scout cookies now. I got my medical card. That's legal here. It's a deadly combination.
All right. You got the medical card and Girl Scout cookies. Yeah, man. What? Where are you getting, man? Are you in Wyoming? South Dakota? Where are you?
South Dakota.
South Dakota. Okay. What's the weather like there today?
It's about 55 degrees, but we're supposed to get some snow tonight, like a big snowstorm. So
Yeah, apparently that storm system is from California all the way to the East Coast.
Just not here. Yeah.
Right, exactly. We're avoiding it here in the Pacific Northwest, but everywhere else is. I was like tornadoes, blizzards,
fires, something
I'm just
else.
like, how's all this possible one time?
How do you get fires and snow?
And right.
And tornadoes.
Yeah, it's crazy. All right, Cheyenne, I think you can answer this question. What would you say is the best or worst thing about your name? What is the best or worst thing about being Cheyenne?
Honestly, the worst thing is that I get, like, if people haven't seen my face, they assume I'm a chick.
Huh. Yeah, I would think that most of the Cheyennes, I think I've met 2 in my life, both women. Yeah.
Okay. Do you ever get anybody who questions your first name thinking you meant to put that in as the city you live in?
Sometimes, and they oftentimes don't know it's actually a river here in South Dakota. So that's what I'm actually named after.
You were named after a river.
Yes.
At least your parents were specific, because there's like
pretty cool.
River Phoenix. They're like, nah, dude, any river. It doesn't matter. Your name's River.
I don't know anybody who's ever been named after a geographical thing, you know? I mean, like, I guess you could call your kid Asia or Africa or whatever, but I've never heard of that.
Egypt, heard that. Paris.
Yep. Town names for sure. Well, Cheyenne.
Yeah, there's a lot. I don't know, like, if they named Paris Hilton after the city of Paris. But her name's Paris. But there's other Parises, Parisy out there.
Cheyenne, we brought this up last week. Did you ever, when you were growing up, could you ever find your name on like a novelty little license plate or, something like a keychain or a pencil or any of that stuff that most kids could?
I mean, the biggest thing was actually there were Pepperidge Farm cookies that were made that were called Cheyenne cookies.
Were they any good? Because Pepperidge Farm knocks it out of the park. Yeah. I mean, they do. I don't buy those enough. You always kind of forget about them in the cookie world. But those Milanos are pretty strong.
Yes, they were good. I think they were like macadamia nut and chocolate chip and peanut butter or something like that.
You're right. The Milanos, Alyssa Milano. See? Delicious cookie.
Was she named after the cookie?
In my mind, she was. But I don't think so.
I'm assuming that's Italian?
Yeah.
The Milano cookie?
Yeah, I would think so.
Okay. Reason we ask, what's the best or worst thing about your name? An infant without a known parent or guardian is often given what the New York Times calls a nonsensical placeholder name. That's quickly changed once a legal guardian is established. Now, the name given to a baby girl born on November 5th, 2022, at a home in Iowa was Unikite 13 Hotel. But for Unikite, whom her father calls Carolyn, the name is stuck. The biological father, Jason Kilburn, who gained custody of the child from the state of Nebraska, where she'd been placed with a foster family, said he only then discovered his daughter had never been issued a social security number or a proper birth certificate. She only had the unofficial certificate of live birth. Now, it's unclear who dropped the ball, but without an unusual usable birth certificate or social security number, he says it's been nearly impossible to get his daughter's name changed from the computer-generated one applied by the hospital, where the child had arrived without her biological mom, who was experiencing drug abuse and homelessness. More concerning, he said he's been unable to obtain health insurance, child care, speech therapy, other services for his daughter, as no one can verify her identity. It's like she's a ghost, he said. And he isn't working currently due to heart problems. But he said, look, man, I had to pay $700 out of pocket for a recent checkup for his daughter. I don't have that kind of money. It's been very, very taxing. His lawyer says his client has been caught in a circus bureaucratic loop. Thankfully, recent media attention into the case has aided his communication with government officials. The Nebraska Department of Health and Human Services said it is working with them to resolve the issue. Now, one more name story.
What do they have to resolve? Like, look, man, you gave her a computer-generated name, which they admit is a placeholder. Okay, well, I'm her biological dad. We're going to get rid of that name. Like, what is the process this poor guy has to go through? It's ridiculous. Like, you guys came up with this, not me. Mm-hmm. You have a certificate of live birth, just not a birth certificate. So why is it so difficult for me to name her and then she takes my last name and then it's all done?
Yeah. And then we have this story. The lieutenant governor of Texas has a beef with the name of one of the country's most popular steak cuts. In a post on X, Lieutenant Governor Dan Patrick, not your podcasting superstar, but the Lieutenant Governor of Texas, called for renaming the New York strip steak the Texas Strip, arguing that New York should not get the credit for our hard-working ranchers. He said he recently met with the Texas cattle feeders and cattle raisers and asked them why they called the cut a New York strip. Because New York has mostly dairy cows. Now, New York, the strip, is the most widely used name for a strip steak, a tender cut taken from the short loin. The name caught on after Delmonico's, a New York steakhouse that opened in 1837, used it for one of its signature dishes. Just because a New York restaurant named Texas Beef a New York strip in the 19th century doesn't mean we need to keep doing that, he said. Noting that Texas has about 12.2 million head of cattle, the most in America. He says he wants the name changed to catch on across America and worldwide. The Texas Senate will file a concurrent resolution to officially change the name of the New York Strip to the Texas Strip in the Lone Star State. We ask restaurants to change the name of the meat the next time they reprint their menus, and grocery stores, we hope, will do the same. He may have been inspired by Trump's decision to rename the Gulf of Mexico, but after session ends this summer, I might take a short cruise across the Gulf of America, he says, and have a juicy, medium-rare Texas strip. And if the Empire State decides to retaliate, the most popular variant of poker might soon be known as New York Hold'em, is what he said.
That'll teach him.
Jeez Louise.
We got a couple of texts here. Somebody here says, my name is Dawn, D-A-W-N. I am most certainly a woman with size G breasts, she includes, and it pisses me off when people write Dawn, D-O-N. I am not a man. That's Dawn and Roy, but has Roy ever been in Dawn? And someone else says, my name is Orson. I hear like, oh, Orson Welles or Orson Bean. I'm now called Marcus. Damn, it was that bad. Right. I mean, look, man, if your name's Orson, you have to forgive us for going, oh, Orson Welles. Because for most of us, it's the only other Orson I've ever heard in my life. I didn't even know the Orson was like a name. I just thought it was that guy's name.
I know. I've known probably a handful of people in my lifetime who have changed their name.
For what reason? They didn't like it or emancipate themselves?
They just, not their last name, their first name. They just did not like that name. So they changed it. I mean, legally. I used to go to school with a girl named Paige for 8 years. She came in the next year. She said, it's Beth now. And I'm like, I just can't.
Just a Beth?
Right.
Nothing like exciting. If she said, my name is Lightning.
But she changed
okay.
it. I mean, it was like out of nowhere.
What was wrong with Paige? Was she illiterate?
I asked her why she didn't like her name, I think, at one point in time, and she was just like, I just hate my name. And I was like, all right, well, it's going to take me a minute.
Right.
It's like, but, like anything else, out of habit, you get used to calling someone something, and you don't really change that for your lifetime.
Yeah, my brother was Tracy until I was 8 years old, and then we moved to Denver, so we don't know anyone. He's like, look, I want to go by Adrian now. Because everyone thinks I'm a girl. And I remember looking at him like, yeah, I mean, Adrian, maybe it's a step in the right direction. But it killed my parents because they're like, look, we loved the name, Tracy Adrian Hale. And I said, it's a nice name. Your son just doesn't like it.
Right. My kids were 19 months apart. And so my older daughter, when my younger daughter was born, she was learning to speak. And she would just look at her sister, but she couldn't say sister because she couldn't phonetically get it out of her mouth. So she would go, Nister, Nister. Nister, and point, like if she was crying, Nister, Nister. So I never called my kid Ava for at least 10 years. She was just Nister. Mm-hmm. And I still call her Nister, like, Nister, what's up, man? And that's her name. I mean, it's not that I don't call her by Ava, but for the most 50% of the time, yeah, I call her Ava if I'm like, Ava, come on.
Right.
Like
some
that
kind of distress or something.
Right.
But that's the only time I say my son's name, man, is usually Easy E. Or Easy. I mean, his friends call him that. His friends' parents call him that. And we never asked anyone to call him that, but everywhere he goes. I heard a friend's mother the other day, because he brought an extra pair of shorts or something for his buddy playing volleyball. But anyway, I heard her yell across the park, hey, Easy. I'm like, how did he become Easy? And he kind of lives up to the name. He's that dude, but I'm like, I don't think I ever actually say his name, unless, like you said, you're kind of irritated.
Right.
Then you drop the name, and they kind of snap to attention. That's the only reason to give kids middle names, man.
Oh, yeah.
Just to let them know they're in trouble. And, by the way, master stroke for my wife, all right? Because she deals with kids all the time. It's about 2 years ago. My son is talking to one of his buddies online or over the computer, whatever. And I don't know what the kid said. He's a pretty funny dude. I don't know what he said, but he clearly did not know that my wife is in earshot. And she dropped his first, middle, and last name. Ooh. And this kid shut up in a heartbeat. So when all that was kind of done, I said, you know his middle name? She said, listen, I know all of their middle names, and that's why they're all scared of me, because I can drop all three on them at any time. And I've heard her do it like 3 times since then, and these kids snap to attention.
Let me ask you this. Do you ever use your wife's middle name?
No.
Does she use yours?
On occasion.
Uh-huh, because mine does too. How come that doesn't go both ways?
It doesn't go, but you know why? Because when they do things that annoy us, it's probably not intentional. We're just annoyed as where, yes, I farted at the dinner table. So, you know what I mean? You more get the full three names, where at least from the wife, like, you know better than this.
I just look at my wife like, when did you punch the card to be able to use my middle name, man?
It just happens, man.
I just thought about this. I'm not sure that I know my first wife's middle name.
Doesn't matter.
I just had to think about. No, I'm serious. Why would I know? I mean, I'm sure.
Why wouldn't you know that?
You're married to her.
I know that, but I can't remember what it is. I think it might be the name she goes by.
And then what's her first name? Then?
The one that she changed. She didn't want to be called that anymore. She was another one of those people that decided she didn't want
go by the middle name.
Didn't want to be a.
So then, what was her actual first name?
Tamara.
Tamara.
Tamara. So not Tamara, but Tamara.
Tamara. All right. So the name you know her by, it's actually her middle name.
Correct.
So you do know her middle name. You just have to think about her first name.
Through. Now, my second wife, I know hers, but I never called her that. So
the
only reason I know that is because I still get junk mail with her name on it.
You know what, man? Looking back, Mike, to your point, growing up, and trust me, my dad would get up on my ass sometimes.
Oh, yeah.
But he would just say my first name. And he just stated it in a way that it was clear. It's the equivalent of my mother saying all three names. I'm trying to think. I don't know a dude that says all three of their kids' names. Because even when I'm pissed at the kids, I just say their name. My wife will say all three names.
Not all three, but my dad would use first and middle.
Really?
If I was in trouble, like if it was hitting the fan, I would just hear Michael James from downstairs, and I'd come downstairs.
I have to kill the mics. When my dad was super pissed, you have to kill the mics for that.
Yep.
I'll tell you what he would call me. And we knew, me or my brother, we knew this is the end of us. I swear to God, man. And like you knew, like there was no negotiation with this.
No,
he's not going to ask your opinion of why he did it. Like, and he does not care what your position is.
No, your ass was great.
Are you big now? Are you big now?
What's that?
Are you big now? Because you're taller than he is.
I'd still, if he said it, dude, I'd still. It's just the way he said it.
It locks you back in, dude.
Maybe 4 times in my life did he drop that, but it was like, oh no. I mean, this was the end. This was the executioner is sharpening the blade. You know what I mean? Like,
right.
And there's no point of return.
Yep. Random.
You've exhausted all appeals.
Right. It's done.
Yeah, it's your ass.
Sentence carried out.
It was bad every time. Hello, Candy. Welcome to the men's room.
Hola.
Hola. What up, Candy?
Nothing much today.
Okay,
Listen
Candy.
to you two guys, you bunch of guys, good guys.
All right. Well, Candy, you got an unusual name, too. All right, let's go with this question for you, Candy.
Candy.
When you're playing games like board games and stuff like that, card games, do you ever cheat? Do you cheat when you play games?
No.
You do
no
not.
cheating, but I go for the throat. No give or take.
All right. Okay. So
that's fair. You know, I'd only cheat at something like Monopoly, but hear me out. The game lasts too long. So, honest to God, at some point, I don't really like playing Monopoly. I never have. The game just goes on and on and on.
What are you doing to cheat? Just like putting extra houses on your stuff or what?
Anything I can get away with, man. Whether it's when you're counting out money. Maybe I 3-bill it when it should have just been one. Anything. And it's not because I want to win. I don't care. I just want the game to end.
Candy, have you ever cheated at anything in your life? A test? A relationship? Anything?
Nope. Nothing I can think of. It's so fun that way. It's
How
hard.
about
I like
school?
It a little bit hard.
Did you ever cheat on a test in school?
No.
Really?
No, I wanted the A's. I wanted good grades.
Well, me too. That's why I cheated.
Well,
were you
you work hard.
Yeah, were you an honor student?
Yes.
You were. Okay, what did you end up doing for a living?
Nurse.
Oh, okay. Well, thank you for doing that, man. That's a tough job. Technically, you're really a doctor in my mind, but, You're
the one we deal with.
Yeah.
So wait a minute. You were an honor student.
Yes.
Okay. We read a story today, and this is the honest to God truth. There's this girl in Connecticut. She's 19 years old. She graduated with honors, much like you did. She has been accepted on a full scholarship to the University of Connecticut, which is the state she lives in. She can't read or write.
Mm-hmm. Now, Candy, were you able to were you able to get away with just about anything you wanted based on the fact that you were a good student
as far as your parents went?
Yeah.
Yes, I always like talking to older people anyway, so I always made friends with all the teachers and tutors or anything like that.
All right.
It helps.
Okay. Yeah. Look, man. I just know that you could get away with murder if you just got your grades where they needed to be for your parents.
But it seems like a lot of the people that could have gotten away with murder didn't have it in them to do it. So my brother always had good grades, and I said my parents were more lenient. But then also, he didn't do anything. He didn't do anything to make them. I mean, maybe 3 times in my lifetime that I can remember were they upset. It's just this dumb kid stuff. But he wasn't up to no good. He just made mistakes like the rest of us. I was up to no good, and I had bad grades.
Reason we asked, do you cheat at games? This might seem high, but according to a poll, 33% of Americans have a partner who has admitted to cheating in the past. 14% say they always cheat, often cheat, or sometimes cheat. But this is not cheating in a relationship. It's cheating at poker, Monopoly, and Mario Kart. The poll
Mario, how do you cheat at Mario Kart? Mike, you play it, right? Or have played it more frequently.
I mean, the only thing that you can really do to cheat is screw with the other person's controller. There's not much that I can think of that you could do to cheat.
Yeah, I don't know either.
Yeah, I don't know.
Half the people say they cheat never. But 2% say they always cheat, and about 10% said sometimes. Now, in fact, they polled more than 6,000 people. Seniors say they always cheat. 0%. None of them do.
I knew it.
Oftentimes, people cheat because they want to win, but 12% say they care a lot about winning casual games, and their just competitive nature takes them that way. Now,
if you're competitive, why would you cheat? To me, there's the difference. Like, if you're a cheater, you're going to cheat at the game. I get it. If you're competitive, then you, like Candy, you just called, you actually want to do it and earn it.
Right. Now, speaking of games, just so you know, the second annual Florida Man Games were a big success again this weekend. They went down Saturday near St. Augustine, Florida. They're like if a drunk guy was in charge of the Olympics. So they brought back a few popular events from last time. The evading arrest obstacle course. You escape from handcuffs, throw an alligator through a drive-through window, and steal a catalytic converter, all while being chased by actual cops.
Okay. Steal a catalytic converter.
They have the weaponized pool noodle mud duel. It's like Joust from American Gladiators, but in a baby pool. The jousting pools are made of pool noodles and duct tape. Pool noodles, by the way, very popular because of the amount of pools in the state of Florida. There's the Florida sumo cage match and beer chug. You wear an inner tube, fight someone while holding a pitcher of beer, and try not to spill it. The loser can still get points by chugging the winner's remaining beer. Now, the new events this year, the Hurricane Party Prep, grocery aisle brawl. It's like medieval jousting, but in shopping carts. If no one falls, you just fight it out for hurricane supplies. We have human beer pong. You're in a big inflatable bubble and have to get past someone, then jump in a pool that looks like a red Solo cup. The loser has to chug a beer, whiskey, or bong water. Other attractions this year included axe throwing, lawnmower races, a mechanical gator instead of a bull, and a best mullet contest, obviously. If you miss it this year, you'll get another chance. I already announced they're going to do it again. They've been doing this thing for years. And the crowds keep getting bigger and they keep adding on to the game.
Honestly, I would watch that on TV. Televise it.
More of the Random Question coming up, 206-803-ROCK.
Navigate the electric revolution and gain insights to electric vehicle manufacturing with Rockwell Automation. Get our free white paper and gain all the insights you need into the electric auto industry and smart manufacturing. Only the agile will survive this metamorphic shift in the industry. So let Rockwell Automation keep you up to speed. Search Rockwell Automation EV Revolution White Paper and download your free copy today. The electric revolution is here, and full insights are available for download. Get the Rockwell Automation EV Revolution White Paper today.
Mom, I need to lay low for a few days.
Lay low? What's going on?
I only paid for this Hyundai Tucson.
Christopher Allen Lynch.
Deal's so right, it almost feels wrong. Get the car or SUV you want at the Hyundai Getaway Sales Event. Get 0.99% APR for 60 months or $7,500 EV bonus on the Hyundai Ioniq 5. Visit your local Hyundai dealer today. Offers end March 31st. Call 562-314-4603 for details.
Many choices in life can be scary, but your healthcare shouldn't be one of them. Did you know that traditional insurance isn't your only option to take care of your medical costs? Christian Healthcare Ministries is created for you, believers who expect more from their healthcare. Embrace a faith-based alternative that puts you in control. Plus, experience flexibility to pick your provider of choice with programs less than $100 per month. Enroll today at chministries.org/solution.
No matter why you give, your donations can do so much more with a donor-advised fund from DAF Giving 360. You can get a tax deduction upon funding an account, and your assets can potentially grow tax-free as you recommend when and where to give. It's a tax-smart way to maximize your charitable giving from a fund with over 25 years of expertise bringing donors, financial advisors, and charities together. Make a greater impact with DAF Giving 360. Learn more at dafgiving360.org.
Is your team at work feeling a little disconnected? Maybe the workflow's not flowing? Try Confluence by Atlassian. Confluence is the connected workspace where teams can create, organize, and deliver work like never before. In Confluence, teams can whiteboard their vision for any project, easily create or access the relevant pages and resources they need, and discover important context they might not even know they need. Plus, AI helps teams jumpstart brainstorms, organize information, and connect workflows, so teams can move efficiently and create alignment with ease. In fact, with Confluence, teams can see 5.2% average boost in productivity in 1 year. So if your team lacks confidence, try Confluence, the connected workspace where teams can do it all. Set knowledge free with Confluence. Learn more at Atlassian.com/confluence. That's ATLASSIAN.com/CONFLUENCE.
This episode is brought to you by Progressive. Most of you aren't just listening right now. You're driving, cleaning, and even exercising. But what if you could be saving money by switching to Progressive? Drivers who save by switching save nearly $750 on average. And auto customers qualify for an average of 7 discounts. Multitask right now. Quote today at Progressive.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. National average 12-month savings of $744 by new customers surveyed who saved with Progressive between June 2022 and May 2023. Potential savings will vary. Discounts not available in all states and situations.
Ready to explore Europe the striped way? Then fly with Condor Airlines. With nonstop flights to Frankfurt, Germany, there are great connection options to several cities. Whether it's the romantic streets of Paris or the stunning beaches of Barcelona, Condor will start your vacation by offering comfortable and spacious cabins. Fly the striped way. Visit Condor.com today.
Oh, this Bosch miter saw really is smooth. Feeling smooth. Who said that? It's your inner Bosch, baby. I'm that scoobity-bebop smooth feeling you get when you make smooth cuts with that moobity-mibbity-mibbity-mubbity miter saw. So I'll just keep ski-bop sawing then? Now you're getting it. Beep-bop, beat-up-wow, miter saw is my favorite.
The more you Bosch, the more you feel like a
Bosch. Hey, anyone know what channel the game's on? We know. Download the Sports on What app today and always know how to watch the game. Satellite, cable, or streaming. Sports on What knows the channel the game is on, and you can too. Subscribe today to start your 7-day free trial. Sports on What? We know.
99.9 KISW. The shenanigans continue. This is the men's room with Miles and Thrill.
Eagerly awaiting Ryan Castle's presence in the studio at 4:30. I hope so. I mean, I don't know. He's being a little coy. Hey, look, he said he's going to come in cool. Like you said, he's bringing beer and whiskey. Like, hell yeah, come on in. You know, that's where he is right now. He's at the liquor store. Hey, you know what you guys need? It's Monday. You need a bottle and some beer. I hope that's what he's thinking. Happy 20th anniversary, guys. That would be, Castle, in advance. That's very really, nice of you. We're pretty close to the actual date that we started. You know? So it's right around this time. That makes sense to me. Maybe a pizza. Yes, yeah. Cheeseburger time. Brian Castle coming up. We'll find out what he's got in store at 4:30. In the meantime, it is our random question 206-803-ROCK.
Random.
Hello, Tyler. Welcome to the men's room.
Hola. Tyler, welcome to the program. Random question. Tyler, are you here in the Pacific Northwest?
I am.
Okay. Here's your question. Have you ever felt or experienced a tremor or an earthquake?
You know, I honestly have not.
Okay. Do you want to?
Part of me says yes, but the other part says no.
I'm right there with you. Like, I want to experience a tremor, but maybe not an earthquake. You know?
Have you experienced any type of natural occurrence, whether it be a tornado? Have you ever been through a hurricane or anything like that?
Not really. That bomb cyclone might have been like the closest thing.
Yeah. That was pretty trippy. That was a thing. What about the forest fires? Since we get them here pretty much every year at the same time.
Yeah. I've never really been in a fire either, honestly.
Well, the people in North Carolina are figuring that out for the first time.
Yeah.
I've been saying that for years. That place is going to burn to the ground. It's all pine forests. It's dry. They did not get a lot of rain this year.
Normally they do. So for them, this weather's a little different, but you're right. Basically, their yard itself is kindling. But, years and years of humidity, rain, it's not even something that crossed your mind. Also, I don't think they rake their leaves.
Yeah. Well, that's a good point. I was flying back into town, and someone said, "Hey, man, there was a pretty decent little shake in Seattle a couple years ago." And I asked my neighbors, like, "Did you guys feel that?" And they're like, "Yeah." And I was like, "Man, I don't know why. I just I was like, I just wanted to see what it felt like,
I still haven't, or maybe I have. Like the house will shake a little bit, but we're right next to 5, so I always just put it down to like a big-ass truck going by or something like that. So I don't know, but I don't think I have. But you've done, a tornado?
I've done a tornado.
I've done a hurricane. Fire. I mean, the only thing I've gotten from the fires, based on the fact I live in the city, was 2 or 3 years ago. The fires were super bad, but the kid was playing soccer, and they're doing outdoor soccer. And it was like 8:30 in the morning, and all the parents kind of looking at the sky. It should have been a blue sky, right? Because this is the summer, but it was smoggy. It was gray, and I just remember this one little kid. They pull him out of the game, and he runs to the sideline, looks up at his parents sitting on the side, and goes, "I can taste the smoke in my mouth." Ooh. And we're all kind of like that. This is not good, man. They ended up canceling the game because if it's more than however many parts per whatever the hell in the atmosphere.
They just shut down a lot of highway over the weekend in Arizona because of a haboob.
Yeah, that's the deal there.
Made visibility 0. So that thing came flying through. But this morning, a 4.5 magnitude earthquake struck at 5:02 in western Washington, according to the U.S. Geological Survey. The 10-mile deep quake hit about 6.2 miles from Orcas, according to the agency. More than 6,800 people from as far away as Portland, Oregon, and Issaquah reported feeling the tremor to the agency. Now, a tsunami warning was not issued. The event seems to have been widely felt, though, according to seismologists. I just got jolted awake by another strong earthquake in Victoria, Canada. Significant shaking that lasted for some time. One person wrote on X, "Biggest earthquake I've ever felt in James Bay, Victoria. Jumped into the space between the bed and the bookcase. Hands still shaking, sitting with kids upstairs next to a strong wooden table now." Someone else shared. But either way, and it's been... For the past 2 weeks, we have been getting hit with a lot of smaller shaking going on in the area in various locations.
Yeah, up and down the West Coast. British Columbia, off the coast of Alaska, here,
Auburn, Washington,
down in that little down south in California. What is the safe place you're supposed to go?
I am glad you asked.
During an earthquake.
Because I've got that information.
Because we used to do... Now, granted, it's all a matter of where you grow up. So everywhere does fire drills. If you're old enough, you did your basically civil defense drill, which is in the event of a nuclear bomb, which I don't know why you have a drill. They do school shooting drills now. My kids have to go through that kind of thing. But we never had an earthquake drill because there just hadn't been one in recorded history.
All right, what do you do if you're in your car?
Ooh, if you're in your car, make sure that you're not in a tunnel of any kind and just kind of pull off to the side of the road.
Pull over and stop. Set your parking brake, it says. How about if you're in bed?
If you're in bed, get under the bed.
Turn face down and cover your head with a pillow, they say.
All right.
How about if you're outdoors?
Stay away from any structures.
And don't go inside.
Right.
But if you're inside, stay inside and don't run outdoors. But stay away from it.
Well, I think it's more if you're inside, find a safe-ish spot and ride it out because you don't know when that building's coming down.
Okay.
If you're trying to get out, then you're exposing yourself. So it's better just, we're right here. So I would say here in the studio, we'd get underneath our tables to some degree, do our best to just kind of keep from falling debris. I heard when I was a kid to get into the doorway. However, I feel like that's been debunked.
I feel like I heard that was debunked. Now, my thing is...
your kitchen table would be the perfect spot.
My kitchen table would be good, but the flip side is when I just look around my neighborhood, and this is true of a lot of Seattle, we got a lot of trees, man, and the power poles. So I'm like, because this has crossed my mind, I'm like, I'm pretty sure I'd rather stay inside than be outside just based on the sheer number of tall-ass trees.
Right. And they also say if there's a big one, just know that aftershocks are more than likely going to happen. So it's not over when you think it's over. But they say,
it's not over.
Once under a table, officials say you should hold on with one hand. Be ready to move with the table. If you have to. Drop, cover, and hold on, they say. There can be serious hazards with an earthquake, damage to buildings, leaking gas, water lines, down power lines, etc. So be aware of your surroundings if you are outside, depending on what's going on.
Where's a safe place in your house, then? Because I got a big-ass dining room table. I'll get under that. In theory.
Don't
I'm
know
thinking about
if
your
I
place.
necessarily have a safe place in my house, to be honest with you. I don't really think I do.
Climb into the fridge? I mean, I don't know.
Well, my problem is my house, the way it sits. I live in a small 2-bedroom condo townhome, and underneath me is the driveway.
Right.
So my house is basically like kind of suspended above that driveway.
Oh, not for long.
So, I mean, if that earthquake shakes enough, half my house could just fall right down into my driveway. So I don't really know if
I'm kind of in the same boat as you there, Miles. The safe spot in my house, I mean, I could try my kitchen table, but it's from Walmart, so it's basically one step above balsa wood. I considered like getting underneath my stairs. Maybe that would be okay, but also same thing. My house is kind of built into a little hill, if you will. So, and also my foundation's already kind of slumped a little bit. It's already settled, but we're okay. But I've also thought about like, man, when that big one hits, I'm losing half my doggone house.
And is it better to be upstairs or downstairs?
I would say downstairs.
Because in theory you say downstairs.
I guess my garage.
But then everything is falling down on top of you versus the risk of being upstairs and dropping
now
the
you're
other
fine.
stuff.
I think my safe bet would be to run out in the middle of the street and just start screaming.
That's your best bet. Random. Oh, Miles, you got a map down, bro.
What is this guy doing?
Hello, Daniel. Welcome to the men's room.
Okay.
Hola, gentlemen. How are we doing today?
We're doing good. How are you, sir?
I'm doing great. Hey, can I give a shout out really quick?
Sure.
Can you?
Awesome. I want to give a shout out to Steve Miggs. He helped me win a pair of tickets to go see The Offspring, and it's going to be my first ever concert.
You've never been to a concert?
I have never been to a official concert.
Wow.
I have been to like a Christian concert, but I don't count that.
Well, you picked a good one to go to, I'm sure. You know?
Oh yeah.
All right.
I've been listening to them since middle school.
Okay. All right, Daniel, let's go with this question. What is in your freezer, and what is your go-to frozen food item?
What's in my freezer and what's my go-to frozen food item?
Correct.
That would be steaks.
All right.
Now, are these steaks that like you bought from a butcher or the grocery store, or are these pre-packaged steaks as in like Salisbury steak or something?
They're pre-packaged steaks that I actually got from a steak salesman. So they're not Salisbury. I got a lot of different kinds. In fact, like I got T-bone in there that I'm eventually going to eat sometime next month.
When you're really hungry. Well, do you have any frozen foods from the frozen food section?
I do like to get the White Castle sliders, but I never put them in my freezer. I will just eat them within a week.
All right.
They're that good.
Do you get the ones with the cheese on them or without cheese?
With cheese.
You got to go cheese, man. If they offer cheese, you go with the cheese.
Now, can you just eat 2 of them, or do you need to go through like 4, 6?
I do 4. I do 4.
Okay, White Castle. I used to buy them all the time too. It's just one of those.
They're
things.
teeny tiny. They're fine.
Yeah,
they're not even like good or bad. They're fine.
Right. Uncrustables. You can sometimes find those in my freezer for sure. I'm a sucker for a beef pot pie. I like beef better than chicken.
Mm-hmm.
So like Marie Callender or whatever, I get the beef.
Really? We have
also like party pizzas from Totino's.
Totino's, yeah.
I don't know the name of the frozen pizza we have now. God, I can't remember, but it's actually really good. Those are the ones, like, if we break that out, I'm like, this is a treat. Even though it's a frozen pizza, it's that good. We have some nuggets for the kids. Otherwise, if I remember this correctly, some Trader Joe's dumplings.
Oh, hell yeah.
Dude,
Are those good?
They are solid.
What do you get, shrimp, pork?
We have the pork. I don't know if they have other options, but even though they're frozen, man, you can almost just defrost them and they're ready to go.
Their General Tso's chicken or orange chicken, I believe they call it.
Oh, we got some of that in there, too. Yeah,
that's pretty strong. The reason we asked what's in your freezer and what's your go-to frozen food. 13 of the worst frozen meals you'll find on store shelves as far as your health is concerned. Here are a few. We have the breaded chicken parmigiana with tomato sauce from Encore. I'm not even sure if I've heard of that brand before.
ONCOR?
ONCOR.
Yeah, I've heard of them, yeah.
Yeah. Somehow it misses the mark with the bar as far as everything in it, as far as the quality of ingredients. Hungry Man boneless fried chicken.
Do not have that.
I have had Hungry Man fried chicken. I've never had Hungry Man boneless fried chicken. Either way, just know this. If it says fried chicken, probably not going to be healthy.
Sure.
Even if it's the healthiest fried chicken, it is not healthy.
No.
Next on the list, great value beef shepherd's pie. Usually a Walmart found item. Let me just put this out there. If the word value is on it, it's probably not going to be the best for you.
Yeah. Stouffer's beef enchiladas make the list. Oh, man. Smart One's rigatoni pasta, tomato, vodka, cream sauce. Look, man, if you can't just boil your own water, put some rigatoni in there, and have a jar of vodka cream sauce, do you really need to buy that in a
right? No, but if you can, people will.
Bird's Eye Viola. Skillet Mills, garlic shrimp in this case, they say, is not good for you.
Good.
Yeah, Banquet Salisbury steak. I mean, I like a good Salisbury steak, but you know what you're getting into.
Not to say that's a bunch of cream base and whatnot, right?
You know what it is, yeah.
Also, I like a chicken fried steak.
I like a chicken fried steak.
Yeah, that's good stuff. Healthy choice, simple steamers, meatball marinara.
Is healthy written in quotation marks?
No, these are the most unhealthy of them.
HELLT.
Well, we spelled a difference, so you know it's not true.
Lean cuisine protein.
Oh, no.
Swedish meatballs. Yeah, they're not good either. Pier 33 gourmet mussels and butter garlic sauce. You'd think that would be okay for you, but apparently it's not.
It's the butter.
Yeah. Signature Select mix match Italian meatballs with marinara sauce. I'm seeing a pattern. Signature Select mix match chicken marsala with mushrooms. Marie Collander's tender ginger beef and broccoli bowl. Which you think?
I love that one.
You think that would be somewhat healthy?
Why would you think that?
Because it's a bowl, first of all, and it's got broccoli and ginger beef. I mean...
Right.
But it's Marie Callender's, and everything Marie Callender's does, to me, is very good, which leads me to believe it cannot possibly be that healthy.
But here's the thing with that, is that when you look at it, beef and broccoli, okay, you're going to have little steak cuts in there, and you're going to have beef. Now, the steak cuts are not going to be your prime choices. It's not, it's going to have antibiotics and whatnot all over it. But at the same time, it's two very base ingredients. There's not a whole lot of room for additive in there.
But apparently there is.
I think the only thing in my freezer really is either ice cream or frozen fruit for smoothies. We don't have much else.
We definitely have some ice cream there, because that's my daughter's other meal.
Yeah.
And I think we do have some frozen meatballs, but I don't know what company they're from. They're just in a clear
frozen
bag.
Meatballs.
Yeah, literally. There's no signage on it. It's just a bag of frozen meatballs.
God,
I don't even know what meat they're made out of. Right. Couldn't tell you the animal. That's just, but they're good.
Meat.
Yeah, meat. Hello, Matt. Welcome to the men's room.
Hola, Betrollers.
Hola.
All right, man, welcome to program random question. Let's go with this one. When did you or have you almost or did you in fact poop yourself at any point in time?
You don't remember?
You would know.
Man, if you pooped yourself as an adult, you will remember that you pooped yourself as an adult.
I mean, like, the only thing I can think of is, and it's like I don't really totally count it because I was at home, so like, it was like I was going, kind of rushing to the bathroom, and like halfway up the stairs, like I kind of, a little bit slipped out. But
no, you pooped yourself. It doesn't matter that you're at home. If you pooped in your pants, no matter where you are, you pooped yourself.
Yeah, I forgot about you. You're normally at home, so you're always playing a home game. You're probably never too far away from a bathroom, are you?
Yeah. Well, not so much anymore, but yeah, I know what you mean. Yeah, but it was about like 6 months ago.
All right, okay.
All you got to do is slip on a fart. I don't care where you are.
I've done it in my own bathroom.
You pooped yourself.
Yeah, tell me if this counts, though, man. There was one time here fairly recently, I didn't touch cotton on the front end, but there was a little secret agent hiding after I was done with the session, and then all of a sudden, I just made a movement that was clear that there was something back there, and I went in and checked, and I was like, well, doggone it, I missed him.
Were you here?
No.
Sure you are.
Yes, that happened at work, man?
No.
Like, I usually do a pretty thorough job, that all of a sudden I made a move. I was like, oh, hello.
I don't know that if I've wiped and missed anything. Like yours, I guess you technically didn't poop yourself.
Right. I don't even know how it ended up there.
You did not remove all of the poop that should have been removed.
And I do a thorough job. Like, I make sure to catch everywhere. This one, I think, was on top. I don't know how the hell it made it up there. But it just walked its way up there. I don't know what the hell happened.
And then what did you do when you just... Because obviously we're back on the air, and now you know... And it's one of these weird things, just thinking back, we're doing a show. None of us have any idea there's a turd in your pants.
You got poop in your butt.
That's right. Luckily, it was towards the end, so I was able to get the hell out of here.
Okay.
So, reason we asked, when did you or almost poop yourself? Oregon is being affected by a troubling number of cases of dysentery.
And it's on the rise, especially in the Portland metro area, according to health officials. Yes. Dysentery is a highly contagious illness that causes inflammation of the bowels, resulting in diarrhea that contains blood or mucus, fever, nausea, vomiting, weight loss, stomach cramps, etc. It is caused by a bacterial or parasitic infection and is most common in regions of the world with poor water sanitation. However, in Portland, the cases have spiked 91%.
Jeez,
they also stated that the fecal-oral spread is spread through intimate contact between half and more than 2/3 of all recorded cases. However, health officials said
I didn't give you herpes, girl. I gave you dysentery.
56% of the cases of dysentery were among the homeless, and in more than half the cases, the patient reported meth or opiate usage. That's how it started in 2023. That is not how it's going now.
Right.
So they're saying dysentery is often treated with medication, antibiotics. In more severe cases, you might need to get an IV drip, and in the worst case, it may require a blood transfusion.
Jeez.
The Cleveland Clinic advises not to share personal items with other people, including toothbrushes, drinking glasses, towels, not to use water unless it's sanitized or sterile, thoroughly cook food, wash all fruits and vegetables with clean running water, and peel them before eating them. And, of course, the number one thing you can do, stay away from people who have dysentery.
Right.
How do you know if someone has dysentery?
They're pooping themselves a lot.
It's Portland. If you're traveling to an area where dysentery is common, it's also a good idea to avoid ice cubes, fountain drinks, water or soft drinks that aren't in a sealed container, and unpasteurized dairy and juice products. Pasteurization, that kills the bacteria. So you need that to kind of be your friend.
I do love that everybody that saw that story understood the irony of it. That Oregon is having a problem with dysentery. Did you guys ever play Oregon Trail when you were growing up?
Oh, yeah.
And everybody died of dysentery by the time they got here. Like, that's lost on nobody.
More of the random question coming up, 206-803-ROCK.
Look around. What do you see? Cars, lots of them. And guess what? They're probably on AutoTrader. Whether you're into timeless classics or the latest trends, did somebody say solar-powered, eco-friendly, vegan leather-wrapped, aromatherapy-scented, disco ball-equipped self-driving car? If you see it on the road, you can likely find it on AutoTrader. Big cars, small cars, blue cars, new cars and used cars, electric cars, and one day, maybe even flying cars. With millions of options to choose from, buying a car becomes a whole lot easier. See it, find it. AutoTrader.
Working as a dedicated Fidelity advisor, I always ask, what's important to you? I'll look at those priorities and goals alongside your full financial picture to build a comprehensive plan designed to help grow and protect your wealth. With proactive portfolio insights and an eye on taxes, I'm here to help you make the most of your money. I'm Laura Maxwell, and I'm a dedicated Fidelity advisor. Learn more at fidelity.com/wealth. Investment minimums apply. Fidelity Brokerage Services, LLC, member NYSE, SIPC.
You don't just live in your home. You live in your neighborhood as well. So when you're shopping for a home, you want to know as much about the area around it as possible. Luckily, Homes.com has got you covered. Each listing features a comprehensive neighborhood guide from local experts. Everything you'd ever want to know about a neighborhood, including the number of homes for sale, transportation, local amenities, cultural attractions, unique qualities, and even things like median lot size and a noise score. Homes.com. We've done your homework.
At LinkedIn, we know hiring is a big deal for your small business. Sometimes it can feel a little overwhelming. LinkedIn uses data that you can't find anywhere else to give you the best candidates, all so you can feel confident you're hiring the best person for the job. And even a little hiring bliss. See why 86% of small businesses who post a job on LinkedIn get a qualified candidate within a day. Post a job for free at linkedin.com/message. LinkedIn, your next great hire is here.
Navigate the electric revolution and gain insights to electric vehicle manufacturing with Rockwell Automation. Get our free white paper and gain all the insights you need into the electric auto industry and smart manufacturing. Only the agile will survive this metamorphic shift in the industry. So let Rockwell Automation keep you up to speed. Search Rockwell Automation EV Revolution white paper and download your free copy today. The electric revolution is here and full insights are available for download. Get the Rockwell Automation EV Revolution white paper today.
This is the mighty 99.9 KISW and KISW HD1 Seattle. Always live on the free Odyssey app. From the Pinky's Plumbing Studio, you're in the men's room. Text the guys at 206-803-ROCK.
4:30, joined by Ryan Castle.
Yay.
And we don't know why yet. We're going to find out at 4:30.
Mm-hmm.
I think I saw Brown back in his office.
I mean, he's not in a bad mood.
Well, it seems like in his fine mood and all that. But
he didn't make it seem like it's going to be a negative.
It didn't make it sound like to be a positive. He just said he's going to come in at 4:30.
He's got some news.
And like I said, I kind of tuned him out at that point, so I don't know what I saw his mouth moving, but I was not listening.
We're moving to late nights.
That's right. Ryan Castle coming up at 4:30. In the meantime, it is a random question. 206-803-ROCK.
Hello, Danny. Welcome to the men's room.
Random.
Hola.
Danny, welcome to the program. Random question. All right, let's go with this one. Danny, in your lifetime, what have you had, owned, hobby-wise, anything? What has ended up just being an absolute money pit? You might enjoy it. I mean, you're throwing a lot of money in there to
people that work on the cars, you enjoy it, but it is a money pit.
Or if you don't work on your car, maybe you just have one car that ended up being a money pit. And
I can't imagine that.
Yes. New transmission.
Well, I've owned a lot of cars. I mean, I used to have an automotive business. That was a money pit.
What was the most expensive thing? The lease on the property you needed? Because you probably need a pretty good plot of land, or what?
Well, by the time it was done, we were like an $850,000 a year business. So everything. The building was $5,000 a month. Every time you get a car in, and you needed to buy some $600 special tool just to do that job, because you can't be like, well, I don't have that, because then you look like a crappy low rent shop, and then you buy it, you might not ever use it again. German cars are pretty notorious for having special tools to do everything.
Oh, okay. Yep.
Sometimes you know how to get around it if you've done the job before, but if you don't, then, sometimes you spend the $400 on the tool just to realize, I didn't even need this stupid tool. I could have done this without it.
All right, well, let me ask you, what would you say are some of the more reliable cars that are on the road that keep you from having to deal with all that crap?
Personally, my Volkswagens never break down because I know what needs to be maintained long before it happens. But I started managing a generic automotive shop, and it wasn't uncommon to have like a Honda or Toyota come in with like 180,000 miles on it, and you literally could not find anything wrong with it. Generally, anything that's slow, like no horsepower, boring to drive, handles like crap, runs forever.
All right, okay, all right. Do you have any hobbies where you've dumped a lot of money into anything other than the business?
My hobbies have always just been cars and stuff. So,
okay.
Tool. I'll be like, oh, I need this tool to work on the house, just because I like owning tools and buying stuff like that. So tools, just tools.
How many tools do you have at home, like in your garage? If I walked in there,
or what percent of them do you not use?
Oh, I mean, I have like probably over $10,000 in tools between having been a mechanic and now being a machinist, and all kinds of stuff.
Well, at least you have the skill set to use the tool. You might not use them, but at least you have the skill set to use them.
Yeah, if I need it, I got it, and sometimes they sit for a while, but yep.
Okay. Well, the reason we asked what ended up being a money pit in December, we all know who Shakira is. I was noticing her pictures on the news site where I pulled this article up.
Yes.
Her fan, Michael Maya, was beyond excited when he was chosen as the winner of the singer's custom-made purple Lamborghini Urus. He won the car after creating a video in which a drawing of Shakira comes to life to the sound of her song, Soltera. Now, he says, this car was a gift to myself as I began my single life. But I realized that what truly matters is human connection. Now, Shakira said in a press statement announcing the contest, the car, the clothes, the material things, they do not transform us. It's the people we love and the connections we build that truly make a difference. Not only did he win an actual Lamborghini Urus that Shakira used in her music video for the song Soltera, following the breakup with her husband, singer also paid to ship the Lamborghini with a two-tone white and neon green interior and gifted him $90,000.
Damn.
To register, insure, and maintain the luxury SUV. We did it, he shouted on Instagram following his surprise win. Now, fast forward a few months later, and now Michael's dream of winning Shakira's purple Lamborghini has turned into a nightmare. Turns out, Maintaining a Lamborghini Urus is expensive.
Yeah.
So far, all the taxes from transferring the car, legal matters, and insurance for 6 months have been paid. And now, the federal taxes are due at the end of the year. He explained on a podcast, he said the Lambo is costing him well over $2,000 a month in insurance.
Jesus.
And that he has to spend at least $70 to fill the gas tank up.
I spend more than that. Shut up.
Every 2 days.
Oh, okay. Never mind. I retract that statement.
He says he's happy, but he said he just did not know what he was getting into. Now, believe it or not, people are more than happy to take Shakira's purple Lamborghini off of his hands. In fact, he claims that someone has already offered him between $700,000 and $800,000.
Take it.
For the SUV.
Absolutely.
Yes. And as far as a money pit and expensive hobbies, some people are complaining about the price of eggs, but others are struggling with the soaring cost of the supposedly cheap hobbies that they picked up during the COVID pandemic.
All right, cheap hobbies.
That are not so cheap anymore. There's a list online of seemingly cheap hobbies that quickly become very expensive to continue doing. Here are the more popular answers. Believe it or not, woodworking. Someone joked, why buy something when I can make it half as good for 3 times the price? And it takes a couple of months.
They're really doing that wrong.
Horseback riding, just the
yeah.
stable fees and everything else.
I will say with woodworking, and my parents have a lot of nice furniture. Turns out if it's made of wood, there's a 95% chance that my father made it. So he's always worked with wood ever since my childhood, but I didn't realize what they would do is my mother was the person who said, ooh, I like or I want. And so my father would hop in the car, drive to the store, say it's like Restoration Hardware, where everything's super overpriced, right? And he would get under the table, look how they put everything together. Honestly, so he looks like a freak in the store. People are like, wow, he's really into that. Wouldn't buy it. He'd go to Home Depot, buy the crap he needs, man, and build her the stable. So if Restoration Hardware is selling a coffee table for, I don't know, $1,000.
Sure.
He's like, they're out of their mind. I got the same wood they're using, use the same tools, the same hardware, all that. And he builds it for $250.
Damn.
Right? So, but that's been his thing. He probably stopped maybe 5 years ago just because of age. But like you go to their house, everything's custom fit, it's custom made, and it's good stuff.
Not a shocker here, boating and fishing, if you can resist upgrading. Fish keeping, like as far as having an aquarium in your home.
Yeah, no.
One person joked, I only needed one more tank, and then another. 3D printing is apparently expensive. As far as the hobby.
That to me, I would think it's expensive, but it also seems like it'd be worth it.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know because I've never actually 3D printed anything, but we've had 2 or 3 people that have called into the show that 3D print, and they'll say it's expensive, but they all love what they're doing, and sometimes they actually make practical things.
Right.
Like this thing broke, so I just made a replacement screw.
Yep.
Right.
Surfing and snowboarding. I don't see how surfing could be that expensive, but I guess with a wetsuit, everything else, the cost of transportation, where you need to go to be able to do the hobby.
I think it depends how close you live to the beach. My son's been snowboarding this winter, so yes, it's pricey.
Golf, also.
What do you think? Yes.
I mean, yeah, it's an expensive hobby, but I only do it a couple times a week, so I do it on Saturday and Sunday
every weekend. So at least you take advantage of it.
I try to get that good walk in. Gardening. Someone joked the first tomato is $100 by the time you water it, but the second tomato is also $100. I got 1 plant. There's 2 tomatoes. No third tomato.
Oh no.
CrossFit, coffee, drinking are some of the things that people say.
Is that a hobby?
Become very expensive. Well, I mean, if you look at it that way, why not? That's a better way of looking at drinking, is it? It's really not anything. It's a hobby I do.
At the bar, yes.
You can
that is my hobby. Like if I'm drinking at home, I just want booze. If I go to the bar, I want booze, but also it's the people I'm around.
Sure.
And it has become a couple times a week hobby. And what's nice, though, my wife enjoys the hobby, so it's a hobby we do together. But she well mentioned it gets pricey. And Shirley mentions that because I keep getting shots. And she's like, do you know what shots are? I'm like, I do, but that's why I work.
Yeah,
it's always my house.
Going out to eat, it's an expensive hobby as well.
Yeah, no kidding. Hello, Dave. Welcome to the men's room.
Hola, bicho.
Hola.
Dave, welcome to the program. Ran a question. All right, Dave, hopefully you can answer this one. What situation have you been in your lifetime where you thought, oh, man, this is not good? Maybe something scared you. Maybe, you were just in one of those situations where you're like, oh, my God, am I going to make it out of here?
Let's see. The best one I can think of was probably my early 20s. Yes, I'm older than that. I had just took my second hit of acid coming outside of a bar in a small town where I grew up in, and I was told had a bench warrant for my arrest, and I had to go to jail.
Oh, were they out there waiting for you?
Yeah, they were closing the bar down, and being from a small town that I'm from, you know, the cops know who you are, especially when you've been around a few. And I walked out, and they went, "Hey, Manley, you got a bench warrant. You're going to jail tonight."
Now, did you know
No!
Did you know there was a bench warrant out for you?
Sure. No.
Okay.
Yeah, whatever.
Yeah. So you did you or did you not know? I mean, did you conveniently forget?
I had a feeling. I had missed court for a driving on a revoke, so I had a feeling there was a bench warrant. But I didn't think it was going to catch up to me. But after my second hit and then coming out of a bar telling me I'm going to jail, it was probably the worst experience of my life.
So what is it like to sit in a jail cell, knowing that there's a bench warrant out, they got you, and you're still tripping on acid?
You know all those burn marks, the cigarette smokes all over the walls when they put the cigarettes out and everything?
Yeah.
Those were spiders.
Oh, that does not sound fun.
How long were you in there for? One night, two nights?
Just overnight, just long enough to know that, yeah, I was tripping, and I took a bunch of cold showers and kept telling myself, I'm tripping, I'm not doing this, it's not happening. I am not having a good time right now.
The spiders keep staring at me.
Were you able to keep it together to the point where the officers didn't know what was going on?
No, they knew. They put me in a day room instead of an actual jail cell because they knew I was tripping. And they didn't put me in a little 8x8 cell. They put me in a day room and just let me hang out there. So I was able to take cold showers and, you know, chew the inside of my lower lip and watch spiders crawl over myself, all over the walls.
All right.
Just having a real good old time.
Sounds like it. Jeez, a whiz.
It was the last time I ever touched that drug ever.
How about get arrested?
Oh, no, I experienced that quite a bit when I was in my younger days.
Okay.
I grew up in a small town in Illinois, and after, you know, I don't know, 1, 2, 3, 4, you know, driving under the influence and driving on a revoked, and I couldn't go nowhere without getting pulled over. So,
were you happy to get out of that town?
Oh my God! I left in 1986, and I've only been back like 6 times, and I don't want to go back. It's the best thing I ever did.
You think there's a bench warrant for your arrest now?
No, I cleared it all up.
All right,
You know,
good for you.
Hey, look, when I went to get my Washington driver's license, I had to pay a lot of money to the state of Illinois to get my license cleared up, so I know there's nothing left for me.
That's good.
It's funny how that works. You know, you're a danger to society, but if you give us this much money, water under the bridge.
The reason we asked, what did you think this is not good? A 2-week round-trip cruise out of Sydney, Australia got a little messy last week, leaving at least 16 injured in the aftermath. The Princess Cruises Crown Princess hit rough seas as it was shifting course near Milford Sound off of New Zealand, sending both crew and passengers scrambling as the ship took a frightening tilt. Tables, chairs went flying across the room. A girl went sliding on her chair toward the pool.
Oh.
One passenger in the dining area at the time tells the news outlet, he was walking along doing my laps. All of a sudden, the boat was at an angle. I had to hold on to the railing to keep from falling off. One of the ship's pools can be seen overflowing in the footage due to the lean. So it was draining the pool.
Right.
Was how severe, the lean was on the boat. The cruise ship encountered strong winds during a course change, and that caused the ship to briefly tilt beyond its usual movement before finally stabilizing. Our crew responded quickly to correct the situation, and at no point was the safety of the ship compromised. 3 crew members, 13 passengers suffered injuries and were reportedly doing well. Ship was undamaged after the incident and continued on course. The passengers seemed to recover well after the fact. They basically just went back to the buffet and back to the pool and enjoyed a soggy, watery breakfast. One guy shrugged.
That's all you can do, let's get some food, man.
Then we have this story. More than a sixth of the passengers on a United Airlines flight from Springfield, Missouri to Houston were injured when the flight encountered severe turbulence on Sunday evening. It was being operated by United Express and had to make an emergency landing at Waco Regional Airport. Medical personnel met the flight when it landed, and 5 of the 29 passengers on the Bombardier were hospitalized overnight with what the airline says were minor injuries. 2 American airline flights to Dallas-Fort Worth International also had to land in Waco. So 3 planes got diverted.
Was this a wind thing?
Based on the storms at Dallas-Fort Worth International Airport. They finally later departed Waco, but after waiting there for a while. The turbulence was caused by a strong line of storms across Texas, one of 2 storm systems that hit the state in the past week.
Now that you mention it, because I, on my way home on Sunday, flew through Dallas-Fort Worth, and the wind was a little...
This happened last night, Mike.
I know.
All 3 flights.
Yeah.
And you got back, Sunday?
Yeah, I flew back yesterday. I took like a 7 a.m. flight, 6:40 a.m. flight out of Greensboro, landed in Dallas-Fort Worth right around 9 o'clock in the morning.
So was it direct from Greensboro to Dallas?
Yes.
So you didn't have to go to Charlotte again?
No.
That's probably why you missed all those fires. Just based on the route.
Oh, gotcha.
You went straight south from that airport, and everything above you, northwest of you near Asheville, that was also on fire. Everything east
called
of there,
Asheville.
Yeah, everything. Well, they've had a hell of a few years.
Yeah.
Everything east of there was also where the majority of the force.
But now that you mention it, when I was landing and taking off in and out of Dallas, there was a lot of wind that was kind of fouling up the plane on the way in.
Did the pilot say anything, or you just noticed it by sitting on the plane?
You know, you sit on enough planes, after a while, it's like, ooh, okay, wind blowing this time.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. It got wild.
Isn't that comforting?
Yeah. There wasn't a single flight where I wasn't holding my breath until we were at the gate. Like, something's going to go wrong.
That's kind of been the thing lately.
Crash into somebody or something like that on a tarmac.
Hello, Justin. Welcome to the men's room.
There's a deer out there.
Hola.
Hola. Justin, welcome to the program. And a random question. Let's go with this. Justin, how would you describe your fashion style? Maybe you went through a phase when you were younger, or, you're like, look, man, everybody I knew growing up was wearing breakdancing pants.
They were super comfortable.
For about 3 or 4 years there, nonstop. OP shorts. You kind of want to look like people in the movies.
Nobody in my family ever had a very good fashion sense. So I think I just kind of followed in the footsteps of my dad and just kind of started dressing like a construction worker. Levi's, flannel, the whole number.
Right, that is a look. I mean, it really is. I mean, that's its own fashion statement. That basically says you're a practical person who wears the clothes that are required for your job,
It's functional, I think before we had all this fancy technology to make all these fancy types of pants, everybody did everything in Levi's, didn't they?
Yeah, pretty much, man. Yep. I mean, that's what was you had Levi, Wrangler. If you were fancy, there was Jordache. But that was
those were designer jeans. I mean, if you're working a 9 to 5 or you're working,
you're not rocking Jordache.
No, you're wearing the more rugged jeans.
Basically, it felt like in my life I went from Tough Skins to Wrangler to Levi.
How many pairs of jeans do you own?
Oh, about let's see. If they're not for work, about 3 pairs. For work, about another 3 pairs.
That's about where I am. I got 6 pairs of jeans.
I have 2 pair. I'm wearing one today.
2 pairs of jeans.
Yeah, and the other one did all the holes and all that crap.
Yeah,
but that's it. I'm not a big jeans guy. However, I will say these jeans I'm wearing now, I feel that. It's this weird, stretchy.
Oh, those are comfortable.
Yeah, they're super comfortable.
Not bad. Oh, you guys know what plumber's crack is, obviously?
Yes, we know what plumber's crack is.
At Milan Fashion Week, Diesel, they debuted its latest collection, and it features extremely low-cut jeans. And despite the sagging, there were no boxers or panties showing underneath, for men or for women. They started parading out the guys first.
Okay.
Basically, every pair of pants comes below the crack line on your waist.
Oh, dude, everyone on 3rd Avenue would love these.
So you can
now you're fashionable.
Yeah, so you can see a little broccoli up front, so to speak.
Yeah.
And then a little hairy crack out the back. So, yeah, plumber's crack was having a moment on the runway, and almost immediately people went online and said they're praying this doesn't become a new hot trend. But Diesel selling the pants. One person said, I feel like there's a return to deliberate undressing, but I just don't need to see the top side of someone's butt crack.
I mean, it depends who it is, but when you say plumber's crack, no. Yeah. But I've worked with some people, I'm like, yes.
Ryan Castle coming up at 4:30. He's going to give us some information. He's going to tell us something. That's what we're anticipating, and I'm hoping that this is a decent thing today.
Like booze.
So Ryan Castle coming up at 4:30, and your emails are coming up next in the men's room at KISW.com.
What's up? It's your boy, the Ted Smith. When that pipe starts to trickle and you're in a real pickle, call Pinky. When that burst pipe starts to smell right, call Pinky. When your water heater's shot and it won't get hot, Call Pinky when you get home to a flood. Call your best bud. Pinky's Plumbing to the rescue. No job is too big or too small. Pinky's does it all. So when your plumbing backs up and things get stinky, call Pinky's. Pinky'sPlumbing.com.
When your plumbing backs up and things get stinky, call Pinky's.
Wow.
What's up?
I just bought and financed a car through Carvana in minutes.
You? The person who agonized 4 weeks over whether to paint your walls eggshell or off-white bought and financed a car in minutes?
They made it easy. Transparent terms, customizable down and monthly. Didn't even have to do any paperwork.
Wow.
Mm-hmm. Hey, have you checked out that spreadsheet I sent you for our dinner options?
Finance your car with Carvana and experience total control. Financing subject to credit approval.
Mom, I need to lay low for a few days.
Lay low? What's going on?
I only paid for this Hyundai Tucson.
Christopher Allen Lynch.
Deal's so right, it almost feels wrong. Get the car or SUV you want at the Hyundai Getaway Sales Event. Get 0.99% APR for 60 months or $7,500 EV bonus on the Hyundai Ioniq 5. Visit your local Hyundai dealer today. Offers end March 31st. Call 562-314-4603 for details.
Hiring is a lonely business. Posting jobs, sifting through resumes, interviews with unqualified applicants, being ghosted. What if you could link with dozens of qualified candidates who are ready to work right now with just one connection? That's Express Employment Professionals. Find us at expresspros.com. One connection, the workforce you need. Problem solved. Express Employment Professionals. expresspros.com.
So I used Gemini for the first time the other day, and the most impressive thing to me was just talking to it. You go live with it, and then it's just like you're having a conversation. You can just talk about your day or have it explain something to you or start brainstorming ideas. Let me give you an example. I pretended I have a job interview coming up and asked it to help me prep for the interview. It immediately started suggesting common questions I might get asked. Then I started talking through my answers out loud, and it would give me feedback. And it's all happening in real time, like I'm talking to a career coach or something. That's just what I tried first, but you can talk to it about anything. And I honestly think that's the magic of it, how you can just have this back and forth, and it's all seamless. If you haven't tried it yet, it's definitely worth checking out. You'll see what I mean.
This episode is brought to you by Progressive Insurance. What if comparing car insurance rates was as easy as putting on your favorite podcast? With Progressive, it is. Just visit the Progressive website to quote with all the coverages you want. You'll see Progressive's direct rate, then their tool will provide options from other companies so you can compare. All you need to do is choose the rate and coverage you like. Quote today at Progressive.com to join the over 28 million drivers who trust Progressive. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Comparison rates not available in all states or situations. Prices vary based on how you buy.
Hawaii is beautiful, but Tahiti is unforgettable. Escape to a paradise without the crowds and enjoy all-inclusive round-trip flights from the United States to Tahiti starting at $750 per person on Air Tahiti Nui, the world's most immersive travel experience. From the vibrant cabins to the warm and welcoming crew, you will be transported to the islands of Tahiti from the moment you step on board. Your perfect getaway is just 2 drinks and a movie past Hawaii. Visit airtahitinui.com, that's airtahitinui.com, to book your dream vacation.
But teacher, when are we ever going to use math in the real world?
With Kelley Blue Book My Wallet on AutoTrader, you don't have to. At least not car math. Hit the road with confidence knowing exactly what you're going to pay each month for your car. AutoTrader.
Hey, what's the easiest way to find out what channel the game's on? Sports on What? Subscribe to the Sports on What app and quickly find the channel for every provider. Satellite, cable, or streaming. Sports on What knows the channel the game is on, and you can too. Download today.
We return to the men's room with Miles and Thrill.
Ryan Castle's pacing around the studio for announcement coming up after emails.
I heard there would be snacks.
Yes.
So did we.
We thought you were bringing them. Do we have time for a few emails to the men's room at KISW.com?
You've got mail. You've got mail.
Got one from today on the topic of earthquakes. Guys 65 have been through 3. First was 1964. I was living in Fremont. At 5, I thought there were big monsters walking down the street.
That's logical.
Mom grabbed us 3 kids, and we went under a door frame. Second one was in Butler, Pennsylvania, in the early 80s while painting baseboards. My buddy didn't believe me until we saw it on the news later. The last was when I was camping last October above Index. I was in my sleeping bag and felt a sudden bump. There was no noise, so I know it wasn't a tree or a rock falling. That from Michael.
Butler, Pennsylvania.
Butler, PA.
Man.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not a place you think of when you think earthquakes. Actually, it's not even a place you think of.
Well, to be honest with you, when they started fracking much later, they were getting a lot more earthquakes in that area.
My mother-in-law doesn't live near Butler, but she lives in northern PA. And same thing, her town, right, just down on its luck, so all the frackers came in, and that was the one thing she said. She said, look, it's great for business, because these guys got to eat and all that kind of thing about stuff, but she's like, the ground shakes. The ground does not shake here.
Yes. Birthday wishes, guys. Happy birthday to my daughter, Alicia, pronounced Alicia Vavalis. She's officially 32 today. Since she was born, she is all that is bright and sunshiny. Hence her nickname, Baby Doll Sunshine. I hope your day was amazing as you are. Happy birthday, Baby Doll. We love you. Lots of love from my mom and Chris. Thank you, guys. That from Shelly, Dealer's Choice there. Mike, I want everyone to give
out.
So, suck it up, cupcake!
Please clap.
Michelle says my husband Jamie's 35th birthday. We are high school sweethearts, and this year will be 20 years celebrating life together.
Oh, I thought they were going to say we're still in high school.
Help me celebrate with a fish sandwich and the dirty German talking about he is kind of a big deal in my life. And though we all hope his day is as awesome as his perfectly crunchy pickle. P.S. He was happy to also find some of the men's room brats from Uli's famous sausage.
All right.
This weekend, we are so excited to try them. Thanks, guys. Love your show. That from the one and only Cindy Crawford.
Can I buy you a fish sandwich?
Yeah, you like all this dill talk. I hope you get to enjoy his skin pickle, but if not, do what I do, throw a merkin on your gherkin. It looks like Groucho Marx.
All the naked ladies. Today is my beautiful girl, Cassandra's 40th birthday.
Cassandra.
An amazing mother to our 3 kids. She spends her spare time rescuing puppies from burning buildings. So could she get a you, your girl, and your Johnson, a Pat Sajak, and Alan Thicke, and maybe a few dad jokes for Miles? Thank you, bitches, from Chris, Calvin, Corbin, and Carly in Oak Harbor.
You, your girl, and your Johnson.
She wants a D, and she's going to get one.
Uh-oh, look out. That's fun.
Okay. Dad jokes. What do we got here?
Dad jokes.
Here's one Castle Lake. Guys, Elton John bought his pet rabbit a treadmill.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Get out.
Yeah, it's a little fit bunny.
You're right, I like that.
Little fit bunny.
Over 120 years ago, 2 brothers announced they could fly.
Oh, yeah?
120 years.
They were right.
They were right.
See, they had a W with the right.
Here's another one for Ann Castle. What is the name of the worst drummer in all of Asia? The worst drummer in all of Asia.
Seeing as I haven't been there, I don't know.
No timing.
Jeez, no timing.
No timing.
Did you do the ladder for that low fruit?
Yeah. Guys, I want to wish a big happy 40th level up to my best buddy, Haken, pronounced like Haken Loogies. He's a lovely friend, human, and teacher who needs to be more and more appreciated as he inches closer and closer to hospice and eventually death. It would tickle him to hear Mike's most exquisite fart medley, some shotgun gets from Thrill, and Miles' finest dad jokes. Thank you guys for making us smile each day and every day. It gets harder and harder to smile. Lots of love. Sincerely, that from Haken, no question, undeniable bestest friend, Erica.
Jeez.
Get!
It's art right there.
That is How many different animal parts do we have in
Let's
there?
see. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and then Wendy Williams.
Okay. All right. Hawken, I'm going to give you all the rest of my dad jokes from today. What do you do if you meet a professional musician?
What do you do if you
give him a tip for the pizza?
Pay him for the pizza.
Yeah, take the pizza.
What do you call a Russian leader sitting on a box of crackers?
I don't know.
Putting on the Ritz. Terrible.
Nice.
I went to a psychic today, knocked on the door. She said, "Who is it?"
You should know.
I left.
Fraud.
By the way, I used to date a woman that had a parrot. It would never shut up.
Oh, yeah?
Parrot was cool, though. How do you turn a duck into a soul singer? How do you turn a duck into a soul singer? A duck.
I don't know.
Put it in the microwave until it's Bill Withers.
Dear God.
What is brown and rhymes with Snoop?
Dr. Dre.
No. The answer is poop. All right, guys.
Oh, my God.
Here you go. Oh, wait. One more. Sorry.
You got one more?
One more.
You got one more?
I'd like to give a birthday shout out to my dad, 68 today. Best dad and grandpa that I know of. I only request 3 things today. First, from Mike Hawk, a fart montage, some thrill shotgun gets, and everyone talking over themselves about how awesome retired life is after almost 47 years at the same job. Thanks, brothers. That from Maverick. Get. Retired life? How the hell would I know what retired life is like?
I'll tell you what, man. Right now, I just got to think I'm doing the same job for 47 years. You never advance one time, man. You get a little bit closer to retirement. Now you can be bored on your mind.
Ryan Castle, why are you here? You've been very
happy birthday song, man.
All right.
Yeah, come on, huh?
Happy, happy, happy birthday. Happy, happy, happy birthday. Happy, happy, happy birthday to you, to you, to you.
Ya's a Dirty Germans, brought to you by Men's Room Original Sausage. Available through Uli's World Famous Sausage, mensroomlive.com, and other fine retailers. Try and apply.
What are you doing here? News. Does anyone have a clue?
I mean, I know.
Is this about
Mike knows.
I know what it is.
It's about our 20th anniversary shirt available in the Rock Shop.
Absolutely not.
Salsa.
No, sir.
The beer.
No, when? No,
20th
sir.
anniversary lager.
No, sir. No, sir. This is something that we have been working on. And I'm a little nervous, I'm going to be honest with you, because we put a lot of work into this. For your birthday, Miles.
For my birthday, for the 20th anniversary of the show, or for my personal birthday?
Your personal birthday.
Oh, wow. That's pretty cool.
Just kidding. Nobody cares about your birthday.
I know.
Mike, hit it.
Imagine the perfect day of golf. The smell of fresh cut grass. The shine on your 9-iron has you feeling confident. Skill and strategy are the name of the game.
Not the Miles Montgomery Classic, June 9th at Bill Wright Golf Complex at Jefferson Park. Who cares if you win? This is a party.
A nice game of golf. Focused. Organized. Collared shirts.
Not the Miles Montgomery Classic. Join the men's room for golf, cold beer, and grass stains on your checkered knickerbockers. Plus, win rad prizes. Register your foursome at KISW.com.
A nice game of golf. Relaxing. Graceful. Slacks.
Not the Miles Montgomery Classic, presented by Pinky's Plumbing. June 9th at Bill Wright Golf Complex. Brought to you by Mr. Rax from Seattle's
In the Hola Bichola
station, 99.9 KISW.
Yes, you might be wondering why I asked you to record In the Hola, bitch.
I was going to ask, is that why we did that?
We thought it was for an adult film.
After months of planning and years of talking about maybe doing it sometime if we got off our asses, it's finally here. The Miles Montgomery Golf Classic. We're doing a golf tournament.
All right. What is the date again?
That is June 9th at Bill Wright Golf Complex, which is Jefferson Park here in Seattle.
Sure.
Whose idea was
up by the
this?
VA hospital.
I don't know whose idea it was. It's something that's been floating around, I think, since like 2016.
Got a little distracted along the way.
But we're doing it.
We finally got around to it. Yes, the Miles Montgomery Classic is happening on June 9th. You can register your foursome right now. And it will be a men's room golf tournament. So this is not a let's get dressed up and play nice, a quiet day on the links sort of golf. This is a Men's room golf tournament.
So we could be. Look, I cannot play golf. Not that I can't play. I cannot play well. Maybe that's a better way to say it. So are we, what, like 18 holes? Like we're just playing golf?
Yeah. So it's a shotgun start, which I learned about when I was planning said golf tournament.
Can you explain that to me?
I cannot, but Miles can. He's been to one of those before.
Yes, I have.
Actually,
I played in a tournament up there for Seafair.
What is a shotgun start?
Shotgun,
what does this mean?
Shotgun means that, what time do you got this thing?
8 o'clock in the morning.
8 o'clock. All right, so at 8
What?
Yeah. At 8 o'clock, everybody gets...
It's an excuse to drink at 8 o'clock in the morning.
Do we have to work that day?
I mean, you'll be working at the golf tournament.
All right, sweet. Okay. So what that means is that typically you have 4 players that are on each hole, and then 4 players behind them.
Okay.
So hole number 1 will have group 1A, which is 4 guys, and then they'll have 2A, which is behind them. Each one hits a golf ball. The one that hits the best drive, basically you take their ball, and everyone goes up, and they hit from where that person hits.
The whole team does.
Yeah, 4 drives, but you take the best drive. But we could change some of the rules, Ryan.
We can do whatever we want.
On some of these holes,
I'm liking this more.
Hey, Miles, it's got your name on it.
Yeah.
You can do whatever you want.
What we might do is take the worst drive then. In a scenario.
Ooh, see, I like that.
That sounds like a very long day.
You have to put, but look.
Yeah, but that way I can be useful. If you're looking for the worst drive, I'm your man.
But,
I promise.
There's going to be, I would assume there's going to be different crap on every hole.
Yeah. I mean, that's what we're working on. I mean, we've got some stuff planned out, but, this is sort of, we were trying to keep it under wraps, so it's sort of in its infancy, but we have a handful of holes that have some things going on, but the idea is to have something at every single hole. Like you might have to putt with a plunger. I don't know.
Right. Okay. This suits me more. The more you say, the more I'm like, I can do
You
this.
might have to crush a beer and do a shot.
I can do that.
We have, what, a handful of golfers in here, I guess?
There's you.
Yes, there's Miles and...
Guy in sales.
Doesn't count.
Dude, honestly, I don't know. It's Miles.
Okay. Which, by the way, is why it's called the Miles Montgomery Classic.
Makes sense.
He golfs.
That is awesome. Yes, I do.
Yeah, so...
That's crazy.
So somebody here says, hey, congrats on the golf tournament. By the way, June 9th is also known as 69. Perfect day.
Oh, hey, I didn't even think about that.
Well, look at it now.
60. Well, look, we figured out something to do at one of the holes.
Yeah.
69. Oh, wow, you already got prizes. Jesus, man. You got prizes.
So there's prizes for first, second, and third place, like and last place, like any golf tournament. First place is you go to Shinedown here in Seattle on Friday. Was August anyway, and then Monday you fly to Salt Lake City with your foursome to see Shinedown there. We put you up for the night, and then you fly home.
Oh, damn!
Second place will be tickets for your foursome VIP tickets to the Halloween Hullabaloo.
So we're just
year.
announcing that now.
Yes, I don't have any details. And then third place is your foursome gets 4 tickets to go see Creed.
White River Ram.
Someone will be very happy about
last
that.
place you get one small T-shirt.
Just one for the entire foursome.
It'll be a huge party. We're gonna have an after party after the tournament, which you guys will host, assuming you're still standing. We'll get the Daily Mix show out there. I mean,
nice.
it's gonna be an all day party. It'll be a lot of
fun. They're coming on tomorrow for Sit and Spin. Are they?
You guys do that on Tuesday still?
Yes, we do.
I thought you quit after I didn't do it anymore.
Is there a chance that they can? Is there a chance that they can maybe do their show out there if we ask them?
I mean, there's a chance.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, let's put a pin in it.
All right.
As they say.
Put a pin.
We'll circle.
I see what you did there.
We'll circle back on that.
Yeah. Okay. That is awesome.
So you can register your foursome now, and also if you all the foursomes get breakfast, it's all your golf, it's your cart, all of that stuff, lunch.
Do you have a prize pack for
drink
anything?
ticket, party,
Damn.
goodie bag, all of the things you expect at a golf tournament from those of you that have played a golf
I was
tournament.
just saying, I don't know what to expect.
We're going to do all of that stuff, and there's only a limited number of foursomes because, as you know, golf course is only so big. You can only put so many people out there. So if you want to play, you can go register now, KISW.com. It's all set up and good to go.
T-shirts with the logo. I'm looking on the website now. That is a cool logo. Miles Montgomery Classic. Look at that.
Yeah.
Look at you got your own classic, man.
Classic Miles.
At the very least, we'll make stickers.
You should. That's all I need. You can have gold.
And Piggy's Plumbing jumped on as the sponsor?
Presented by
Awesome.
Picky's Plumbing. And Miles, congratulations. And
You have your own golf tournament.
Happy birthday.
Yeah. Can we do one of those holes? where they scream at people with a microphone.
Oh, like a back-off challenge?
Yeah, I believe we'll call that the heckle hole.
The heckle hole. We're going to have a heckle hole?
Yeah, I was going to volunteer myself for that, but if you guys...
I would like to be
that's
there,
fine.
yes. I would very much like to be at a heckle hole.
I'm wondering how Miles is going to work and golf at the same time, because I assume you'll want to golf. For those of you that don't know, Miles is like actually a really good golfer.
I don't know about that. But
yes, you are,
You
man.
are, Miles.
Yeah, I don't know about
Quit
that.
being modest.
That is awesome.
So Miles took Jerry Cantrell out golfing. When was that?
Yeah, a couple years ago.
A couple of years ago, I ran into Jerry in Vegas, and I said, how was your golf outing with Miles? And he goes, well, he kicked my ass.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Did you smoke his ass?
You know what, man? I was kind of more excited to be with Chris DeMarco from...
DeGarmo?
DeGarmo from
Yeah.
Queensland.
I was more excited the guy whose name that I...
You know that one guy.
Yeah, he is.
That went well.
He's pretty good golfer.
Somebody here says, don't you have to be dead before they name something after you? My understanding is I have until June to murder him.
There you go.
It'll work itself out.
Yeah, so June 9th is a long ways away.
Oh, yeah. We'll do it
a
on
lot
the 8th.
can happen.
Monday, June 9th at Jefferson
Monday?
Park.
Jefferson Park, yeah.
Monday.
That's when golf
So we're
tournaments
off.
that's when
Really?
these things happen on weekdays, dude.
It's going to shock you. Not really involved in the golf world. So typically, like a golf tournament, this style, anyway, a little looser than what they show on TV. This is a Monday thing.
Yeah.
All right. I'm down,
This is
man.
awesome.
Yeah,
This is awesome.
it's gonna be a ton of fun. And you know, if you play golf, you've probably played in these tournaments before. You know what they're all about. We're gonna put a men's room twist on it and have a big party. Register your foursome because there's only 36 of them.
Okay.
So,
I like men's room twist.
You got to have a foursome to register, so you need 4 people on board to get
Yes.
there.
Yes, absolutely.
You're buying the whole group.
yes, which counts me out because I don't have 3 friends, not even in this room.
Okay. Wow. All right. Very cool.
Well, look at you, Mr.
Miles.
Montgomery. The Miles Montgomery Classic.
Classic.
All right.
You have made your mark on the planet, brother.
Is this a one-off or is this the first of many?
Let's see how it goes.
All right. Okay. Make sure nobody gets thrown in jail. Sweet.
I really feel like we should have done like, hey, we'll guarantee 3 of these. Because if it's one time, so you know how we are, man. Granted, it's a Monday and I'm married.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, you guys could certainly guarantee that it only happens once.
Well, knowing what we know about Steve's hobby, we might have like the Steve the Thrill Hill a pickleball classic.
Yeah. Yeah.
You want to come whip my ass on the pickleball court? I'm your guy.
Damn, man.
We'll call it the jerkin.
How long have you been working
there
on
you
this?
go.
Yeah. What's that?
How long have you been working on this?
God, since September.
Damn.
Yeah.
Awesome.
The Miles Montgomery Classic. Did you consider any other name? Or you like, no?
No. And I think this is a great example of how little Miles pays attention to what's going on around the office.
We know.
We spent 6-7 months planning this thing. No idea.
No. I will show you the fact that when I won the Seafair tournament, I got my name on a plaque there. But they ran out of room, so they put it on the back of the plaque. So you have to take the plaque off the wall, turn it around, and I'm on the back side.
First of all, that's cool as hell. Second of all, he tries to play it cool like he can't play golf. And he's
Your
like,
name is
so
up on the wall.
let me tell you about the time I won the Seafair Classic.
Is that also on the
Will
wall?
this be broadcast in any capacity? Not on the radio, but somebody just said, can we watch?
A golf tournament?
Dude, this is more exciting than normal golf.
Who watches golf?
I mean, my God.
Go.
Steve the Thrill Hill is back at the
Bar.
drink cart.
He's just riding the drink cart the entire way around.
And here we see Steve the Thrill Hill riding the...
There will be plenty of drinks, right?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
That won't spell trouble.
You've played golf. Yes.
Yes. All right.
Yes.
I mean, is it going to be like a fireball day?
And if it is, I'm in.
Okay.
This couldn't possibly
Yeah.
go.
Miles
Can't wait. It's going to be fun.
Classic.
Could you register right now, KISW.com? It's
Right
ready
now.
to go?
Right now, go.
Very cool. Sweet. Coming up, we'll drink your toast for the shot of the day, 5:07. You are listening to the Men's Room.
Bosch's innovative power tools make you feel like a Bosch. Like when you pile drive screws and bolts with the 2-in-1 impact driver, you'll feel like
Macho Man Randy Savage. Oh, yeah.
Or when you powerfully blast through concrete with the Bulldog rotary hammer, you'll feel
Like I have the power.
And when you make buttery smooth cuts with the Glide Miter saw, you'll feel
Scoobity-bee-bop smooth, baby.
what he said. With expertly engineered power tools, the more you Bosch, the more you feel like a
Bosch.
Hiring is a lonely business. Posting jobs, sifting through resumes, interviews with unqualified applicants, being ghosted. What if you could link with dozens of qualified candidates who are ready to work right now with just one connection? That's Express Employment Professionals. Find us at expresspros.com. One connection, the workforce you need. Problem solved. Express Employment Professionals. expresspros.com.
Mom, I need to lay low for a few days.
Lay low? What's going on?
I only paid for this Hyundai Tucson.
Christopher Allen Lynch.
Deal's so right, it almost feels wrong. Get the car or SUV you want at the Hyundai Getaway Sales Event. Get 0.99% APR for 60 months or $7,500 EV bonus on the Hyundai Ioniq 5. Visit your local Hyundai dealer today. Offers end March 31st. Call 562-314-4603 for details.
Working as a dedicated Fidelity advisor, I always ask, what's important to you? I'll look at those priorities and goals alongside your full financial picture to build a comprehensive plan designed to help grow and protect your wealth. With proactive portfolio insights and an eye on taxes, I'm here to help you make the most of your money. I'm Laura Maxwell, and I'm a dedicated Fidelity advisor. Learn more at fidelity.com/wealth. Investment minimums apply. Fidelity Brokerage Services, LLC, member NYSE, SIPC.
What's up? It's your boy, the Ted Smith. When that pipe starts to trickle and you're in a real pickle, call Pinky. When that burst pipe starts to smell right, call Pinky. When your water heater's shot and it won't get hot, call Pinky. When you get home to a flood, call your best bud. Pinky's Plumbing to the rescue. No job is too big or too small. Pinky's does it all. So when your plumbing backs up and things get stinky, call Pinky's. Pinky'sPlumbing.com.
When your plumbing backs up and things get stinky, call Pinky's.
The men's room returns with Miles and Thrill.
Coming up at 5:07. We will drink a toast with the shot of the day. And we do have your headlines on the way at 5:50. But first, quick check out with Mike Hogg and some of the stories and headlines he is not working on.
Well, thank you, Miles. New research says trying too hard to make yourself happy may have the opposite effect and make you miserable.
Yeah, because you're searching for something that it's not always going to be there.
Well, and it's basically the stress, and it's not talking about like be happy, be happy, be happy. It's working to make yourself happy. You know, I'm making sure that I get my workout in, making sure that I get my diet in, making sure that I get time in at work, making sure that I'm reading, and making sure that I'm planning for my future, making sure I'm starting a business, making sure I'm doing my hobbies. Like, you stress yourself out with that enough, you're just running on the hamster wheel at that point.
Do the thing that makes you happy.
Exactly.
And then you will find time for everything else.
Correct.
I mean, honestly, that's the only way to do it.
Yeah. Or, work to those times where you can be happy.
Sure.
Like you're saying. Work to... There's a saying, working for the weekend.
Yeah, and that's not a bad thing.
Exactly. We're working so that we can finally do the stuff that we want to do.
Exactly.
Today...
grocery shop and drive the kids to places.
No kidding. That's part of the problem, too, is that the weekend gets just filled with making sure that these things that need to be taken care of are also taken care of.
If you're going to be at Emerald City Comic-Con Saturday, look for me. Buy me a drink.
Yes, he's going to need it.
Yeah, they have a couple places to sell beer.
Oh, your kid will have a blast.
I know she looks forward to this every year. She's doing the countdown, which touches my heart.
Do we know is she dressing up this year?
I know the picture.
Okay.
I do not remember the character's name.
Okay.
It is nothing I'm familiar with.
I feel like the last few years she's been a character that you haven't known.
That's where she's at. That's where I'm at. My wife is very immersed in the seamstress industry right now.
Love it.
Getting all this together at the direction of my daughter. It's a very wonderful dynamic to listen to in the house.
Today, the state of Florida celebrates its 180th birthday.
All right.
180 years of Florida.
Cool.
Yeah. And all the
Keeps
wonderful
getting more
stories.
interesting, yes.
And it does.
It does supply you that.
America's flaccid state.
Oh.
I mean, when you look at the map, it's like, geez, man.
It does.
Come on.
Well,
it's humid down here.
Definitely got snipped,
Yeah, that's right. There's a man in the UK claiming that there's robots disguised as humans walking among us.
Don't insult Mark Zuckerberg. That's just how he is.
Oh, that's not a bad call.
I mean, it's not. I mean, you think of people that are just robotic. He's the first person that comes to mind.
Right. And why? What's the point?
Yeah, to do what?
Are the robots the one that disguise themselves, or did people make the robots that are then disguised as humans for what?
I mean, I don't care if this dog disguises people. Like, are they working the bar? Yes. Did they get me a drink? Yes. I don't care.
Game over.
If this is really, I'm a dog. Cool. Can I get another shot?
If Ted was here, they'd tell you that they started with the pigeons, man.
Because they're not real,
That's
man.
right. They're just surveillance for the government.
Well, they got it all over the place.
And they finally perfected AI, and now it's animatronics.
I can't believe they get
androids.
people who just say crazy crap like news.
But you can. And I think these days, literally, just throw something on the wall, see what sticks, and then if people buy into it, it's like clickbait on the internet.
Sure.
then run with it.
Again,
you're just telling some narrative that has no basis in reality, but it doesn't matter because if people are paying attention, there's a way to monetize it.
Right. And I swear, if you look at the numbers of these, I would be astounded at how many of these are just kids that know the internet better than adults do. And so they just make these stupid things up because it's funny to them, because stupid things are funny to them. And then there's some dude like, oh man, you know what? That makes sense.
And to be fair, right, this is just a matter of social media and the internet and how quickly you can reach people. But most people I know, anyway, grew up at some point believing in snipes. And you went on a snipe hunt, right? So, just take we've always been doing it. This is something that's generation to generation. Just now you can plaster it online. And if you put up any opinion or any fake fact you want to put up, if 10,000 people buy into it, then the news starts to cover it.
Right.
Even if they're debunking it, it doesn't matter, but they get it out there. So it's a simple thing.
When you also think about like urban legends, we love to talk about Sasquatch. We love to talk about Loch Ness Monster and all that.
Sure.
Kind of the same thing.
Basically.
Legends.
Someone takes a picture of a UFO. Like, okay, that's something that they took a picture of. They can't identify it.
Correct.
So whatever it is, you just don't know what it is.
Right.
That makes sense to me. Not that there's robots walking around. Okay, prove it.
Right.
What led you to believe this?
Right. Oh, man, this guy's eyes. 90% of employees experience quote-unquote meeting hangovers that ruin their workday. And they were basically talking about the useless meeting. Just catching up. Okay, walk by my office and catch up with me real quick. We don't have to set a time for this.
It gets worse the higher you get on the manager scale.
Right.
So once you get to regional managers, they got nothing to do. I'm going to travel here.
What are we doing?
Every situation's different, but they know.
Right. I like those meetings where they kind of segment it for when you need to be there. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Like, all right.
You guys can leave.
Correct. We covered this chunk. You guys take on out of here. We're going to talk to these guys.
Like the regional manager would come in. Some guy who has no idea what the hell your restaurant's doing, but kind of does. But he comes in for like 2 or 3 days to just see what he can help with.
Yep.
Criminy. The numbers are in, gents, and we have found the top cities with the most road rage incidents.
Top cities.
I got the top 5 for you. Just your best shot, dart against a board. What is the top city with the most road rage incidents?
Now, what does road rage mean? I have gotten out of my vehicle to confront you?
You have done, your rage has made you do something that is, I think, against the rules.
Because I was thinking New York or
somebody,
Philly.
You've gotten out.
New York and Philly, they just yell at each other.
That's not road rage incident.
Right, okay.
Yeah. And like you might say like California, but it's sunny there. So people have a somewhat of a better temper.
Let's still put L.A.
Los Angeles is number 2 on the list.
Okay, yeah. All right.
Number 5, you have Miami. Number 4, you have Nashville, Tennessee. Number 3, you have old Chicago, Illinois. And number 1, Houston, Texas.
Really? Huh. Well, you know why? Because Houston's so big, you have to drive everywhere. So the percentages.
Yeah, that's true.
And the roads are garbage. The roadways that they have there, they're intertwined and amongst the woods. There's no way to get out and around people. There's too much room for people to be stupid.
Yeah, that's one town I've never been to.
There's too much room for.
That's not a town. That's basically the size of a state.
Exactly. We've talked about it over and over again. How sometimes there are things that you talk to people about, and there are messages that are better conveyed voice to voice rather than over text, because sometimes text doesn't have that inflection, right? It doesn't have that little accent that's on there, because in this here language, sometimes you can say the same word, but it means 2 different things.
The Men's Room Top 10. The Men's Room Top 10.
10 English words that change their meaning depending on stress placement. Let's toss that aside and just look at the word doofus. A person who lacks good sense or judgment. Other similar words for doofus? Lunatic, idiot, fool, moron, jackass, simpleton, nitwit, ninny, nincompoop, featherhead, dunce, dork, pinhead, scatterbrain, blockhead, or my personal favorite, schnook. Don't worry. If I happen to call you one of these names, I really mean the same thing. Dumbass.
Fantastic. So these are English words that change their meaning depending on stress placement. I'm going to give you guys the description, the 2 descriptions of the one word.
Okay.
You guys let me know what it is. We're doing Jeopardy style here. This is in no particular order. So this this word is either a noun that is the name of the place where you live, or a verb that means to direct a speech to someone. This is an A word that is either a noun that's the name of the place where you live.
Abode.
Not abode, or to direct a speech to someone.
Direct a speech.
It's something that you write on the outside of an envelope.
Address.
All right. Or an address.
Okay. All right.
Exactly.
Right. The stress boy, right?
Right.
See, just like you were saying with Jeopardy. Got it.
Now that I can figure out the category, I got a better chance, but I already lost the 200 on the first.
That's okay. $200 clue doesn't count. That's the easy one that gets you on there. Okay. Right. So this C word either means a disagreement, or it is a verb that means to be incompatible with. This C word either means a disagreement, or it means or a verb that is incompatible with.
Conflict
and conflict.
Conflict. Right. All right.
You say them different, but they're spelled the same, you see.
Okay, again, these are English words that change their meaning depending on stress placement. This D word is either a noun that's a large area of dry land, or a verb that means to abandon something.
Dessert or desert?
Correct.
Even though there is a dessert with two S's.
Right, yes. Right.
Right, because if you say dessert as I'm eating it, it's two S's. If I'm deserting you, it's still one S.
Correct.
But it's a
desert.
That
would screw me up.
That's the point with text, right?
Right, because the whole thing was like, dessert has two S's because it's twice as sweet, right? Mm-hmm. That was the whole trick to get us to do that. Yeah. But when you desert someone,
it's one S, but it's still the word dessert.
I would write the wrong dessert.
Which also, by the way, not twice as sweet if you feel deserted.
This I word either is a noun that's a substance producing a pleasant smell when it is burning, or it is a verb that means to get somebody very angry.
Incensed.
Well done, Miles. It's either incense or incense, which is weird. You're saying the same sounds.
Well, it's kind of like incense or incense.
Correct.
Right.
Correct. This P word is either an adjective that means excellent or precise, or it's a verb that means to make flawless.
Perfect.
Yes. Okay.
Well done there, Miles. Miles, get it. These are English words that change their meaning depending on their stress placement. Another P word here. It is either a noun that is someone whose sexual behavior is considered unacceptable, or a verb that means to change something in a bad way. Pervert. Well done. You nailed it. This R word is either a verb that means to fight against an authority, or a noun that is a person who is fighting against the authority.
Rebel or rebel?
Correct. Star Wars nerd.
We're on Family Feud. I can feel it.
Rebel Wilson.
English words that change their meaning depending on stress placement. Another R word. It is a noun that is the extreme value of an achievement, or a verb that means to put information into a physical medium.
What is what letter?
R word.
R word. Give it again.
Record or record?
Well done, Steve. This is an S word. That is a noun that is part of something and also has a geometric figure consisting of 2 points connected by a straight line, or a verb that means to divide into pieces. An S word. It's a part of something, or it divides something.
Section?
Very close. Segment.
Segment. Damn it.
Or segment.
Yeah. Whoops. Sorry.
English words that change their meaning depending on the stress placement. A U word. That is a verb that means to make somebody feel unhappy, or a noun that is a situation connected with difficulties.
To make the first definition again?
To make someone feel unhappy, or is a situation connected with difficulties. It could also mean when an underdog wins.
Upset.
Yeah.
Correct.
That's right there.
English words that change their meaning depending on stress placement. An A word, which is a noun that is a characteristic of something, or a verb that means to express that something that was created by someone. That's an odd way to put that.
So what was the first clue?
A characteristic of something, or a word that means to express that something was created by someone.
Artwork?
No.
A characteristic.
A characteristic. That's probably the best way to go about this. It's an A word. It's a characteristic of something, or you're expressing that something was created by somebody. You're giving them credit for it, or you're attributing it to them.
Oh, attributed.
Attribute. Or
attribute. Right.
A C word, a verb that means to bring together, or a noun that is a shorter name for a type of harvester.
Harvester.
It's a piece of harvesting equipment. It's a shorter name for that, or it means to bring together. It's a C word.
Cultivate.
Oh, you're very close.
Conjugate.
Oh, you're so close. They call this big old machine a combine.
Combine. Yes, NFL combine.
There you go. Well done.
Yep.
English words that change their meaning depending on stress placement. Another C word. I got 2 left for you. A C word that is a verb meaning to press or squeeze together. Or a C word that is a noun that's a piece of cloth applied to a body part.
Compress.
Very good. Well done, sir.
Nice.
And then here's your last chance. The English words that change their meaning depending on stress placement. An E word. It's either a verb meaning to go with somebody in order to protect or guard them, or a noun that's a person or group of people who lead somebody. A lot of dudes will hire women.
Escort.
Escort. So there you go. There was some English words that
you gave a better clue.
I did. Sometimes I didn't get all the best clues here. A woman shared a video online of her husband in a rather awkward situation there, Miles.
Was it awkward? Why?
I will tell you all about it at 5:50.
Thank you, sir. Headlines are coming up at 5:50. In the meantime, we made it to drinking time.
Somebody out there deserves to be recognized. And the men's room knows just who it is. So to you, we say, bottoms up, sailor. You're the toast of our shot of the day.
Drink time it is, and as usual, we head to the drink test and Steve at Thrill Hill to find out who we're toasting.
Yes, indeed, and today's shot is brought to you by the fine folks at Black Raven Brewing, proud brewers of Men's Room IPA and the Men's Room 20th Anniversary Lager.
Yeah.
Now, today we toast Mr. James Coxall of Cambridgeshire, England. Now, for the last 8 months, James is driven by the same massive pothole 4 times a day. And according to him, it's on a road that connects 2 nearby villages, so it has heavy vehicular traffic. But tired of waiting for his town to do something about it, he built a pair of denim-clad wooden legs and then erected them in the middle of the hole, giving the appearance that someone had fallen in head first. So it's just 2 legs sticking out of the pothole. It's been there for 8 months. It paid off. 4 days after he did it, the pothole was filled.
Damn.
Nice. I'm telling you, we get the stories a lot. Like, there's a pothole. It's been here for this long. You go through, quote unquote, the proper channels. The city has whatever reason they can't get around to it. Mm-hmm. Somebody does something to make it a, quote unquote, piece of art. Next thing you know,
last one we read was a guy who was going around spray painting giant penises.
Right.
And they fixed him immediately.
Right. All of a sudden, that red tape just goes away once there's penises
suddenly,
out on the road.
Bureaucracy does not exist.
Damaging cars? No, we'll get to it. Penises? We'll fix it now.
We'll fix it right now. Apparently, dangling legs also work. So we pour this booze and we drink this booze because we think it's yummy.
Yummy!
So over the tongue and down the throat to party in our tummies. Down the hola bichola!
Let's get a contestant on the line now for Profile This at 206-803-ROCK. Profile This is next.
You don't just live in your home. You live in your neighborhood as well. So when you're shopping for a home, you want to know as much about the area around it as possible. Luckily, Homes.com has got you covered. Each listing features a comprehensive neighborhood guide from local experts. Everything you'd ever want to know about a neighborhood, including the number of homes for sale, transportation, local amenities, cultural attractions, unique qualities, and even things like median lot size and a noise score. Homes.com. We've done your homework.
Is your team at work feeling a little disconnected? Maybe the workflow's not flowing? Try Confluence by Atlassian. Confluence is the connected workspace where teams can create, organize, and deliver work like never before. In Confluence, teams can whiteboard their vision for any project, easily create or access the relevant pages and resources they need, and discover important context they might not even know they need. Plus, AI helps teams jumpstart brainstorms, organize information, and connect workflows, so teams can move efficiently and create alignment with ease. In fact, with Confluence, teams can see 5.2% average boost in productivity in 1 year. So if your team lacks confidence, try Confluence, the connected workspace where teams can do it all. Set knowledge free with Confluence. Learn more at Atlassian.com/confluence. That's Atlassian.com/CONFLUENCE.
The brand new Grand Casino and Shoreline is now open. Step into the action with Vegas-style table games like Baccarat, Heads Up Hold'em Poker, Pai Gow, Blackjack, and High Card Flush. Feeling hungry? Feast on delicious Chinese, Vietnamese, and continental dishes plus breakfast favorites. Dine in or take out. And don't miss daily happy hours from 4 p.m. to 7 p.m. and 10 p.m. to midnight. Grand Casino and Shoreline off Aurora. Open daily from 9 a.m. to 4 a.m. Visit GrandCasinoGaming.com. Welcome to the Grand Experience.
I'm not exactly a tech genius, but I knew one thing for sure. If I wanted my small business to crush it, I needed a website that worked like a pro. And I needed it yesterday. Lucky for me, Bluehost made it ridiculously easy. With their AI design tools, building my website was a walk in the park. I could customize, optimize, and monetize everything exactly how I wanted. In just a few minutes, I had a secure site up and running. I couldn't believe how straightforward it was. And getting found online? Bluehost helped me with that too. I perfected my keywords and meta descriptions with their search engine tools. The AI even gave me suggestions to improve my pages. Now I can sit back, relax, and focus on my customers while my website continues to rank higher and higher on Google. With their 30-day money-back guarantee, I wasn't worried about taking the plunge. And now I am so glad I did. Head over to Bluehost.com and build something special today.
Ready to explore Europe the striped way? Then fly with Condor Airlines. With nonstop flights to Frankfurt, Germany, there are great connection options to several cities. Whether it's the romantic streets of Paris or the stunning beaches of Barcelona, Condor will start your vacation by offering comfortable and spacious cabins. Fly the striped way. Visit condor.com today.
This episode is brought to you by Progressive Insurance. Whether you love true crime or comedy, celebrity interviews or news, you call the shots on what's in your podcast queue. And guess what? Now you can call them on your auto insurance too with the Name Your Price tool from Progressive. It works just the way it sounds. You tell Progressive how much you want to pay for car insurance, and they'll show you coverage options that fit your budget. Get your quote today at Progressive.com to join the over 28 million drivers who trust Progressive. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Price and coverage match limited by state law.
Ready to explore Europe the striped way? Then fly with Condor Airlines. With non-stop flights to Frankfurt, Germany, there are great connection options to several European cities. Whether it's the romantic streets of Paris or the stunning beaches of Barcelona, Condor will start your vacation and make it even more memorable by offering comfortable and spacious cabins where you can sit back, relax, and enjoy the flight. Fly the striped way. Visit condor.com today.
Look around. What do you see? Cars, lots of them. And guess what? They're probably on AutoTrader. Whether you're into timeless classics or the latest trends. Did somebody say solar-powered, eco-friendly, vegan leather-wrapped, aromatherapy-scented, disco ball-equipped, self-driving car? If you see it on the road, you can likely find it on AutoTrader. Big cars, small cars, blue cars, new cars and used cars, electric cars. And one day, maybe even flying cars. With millions of options to choose from, buying a car becomes a whole lot easier. See it, find it. AutoTrader.
Hey, what's the easiest way to find out what channel the game's on? Sports on What? Subscribe to the Sports on What app and quickly find the channel for every provider. Satellite, cable, or streaming. Sports on What knows the channel the game is on, and you can too. Download today.
Text the men's room at 206-803-ROCK.
TV Time with Ted brought to you by Xfinity. Give them a call, 1-800-XFINITY. The Men's Room presents Profile This.
And Steven, throw a hook, could you please, everyone? Now, Profile This is played.
I sure can, Miles. It's a simple game where we share with you a real-life news story, something that happened right here on planet Earth. Earth. And as you listen to the story, based on the stereotypes you believe to be true of people and the decisions that people make, we'll ask you what it is you think makes the story a story. Hello, Tony. Welcome to the Men's Room.
Hola, bitches.
Hola. Hi, Tony. You understand how this here game is played?
Yes, sir. Just want to give a shout out to MCTP. Ted, love the podcast. LARP on, brother.
Oh, nice, man.
LARP on.
Ted is not here, but we will let him know. That'll make his day. All right, Tony, today you have a choice of one of three categories. We have interior decorating, where you guess the foreign object that ended up on the inside of someone. We have Animalize This, where you guess the animal responsible for causing the problem. And finally, today, we offer you License to Spill, where you guess the substance that made the mess.
You know what? I tried to analyze this last time, didn't work out so well. So let's go with the new one, Thrill. Hit me.
A truck on the Florida highway overturned while going around a curve and spilled an estimated 44,000 pounds of product. The Florida Highway Patrol, they shared photos on social media showing the cargo in the median of I-75. Now, investigators said the driver lost control going around the curve, causing the semi to leave the roadway and ended up on its side on the median. And obviously the content spilled out. Now, officials estimated the 44,000 pounds of product had to be cleared from the median, which took about 3 hours. The question is, what did the truck spill? Beer, fertilizer, shredded cheese, or eggs? So beer, fertilizer, shredded cheese, or eggs?
All right, Thrill, since you know, Miles, what you thinking there, big guy?
Well, I'm thinking that's either going to be the worst case scenario, which is beer, or the second worst, eggs. 3 hours to clean up. I'm going to go, Tony, I'm going beer.
Okay. Mike, can you give me any assistance on this, brother?
I'm kind of with Miles on that one, other than I'm going to go to the other side. I don't think it would take 3 hours to clean up beer. I figure you bring out some sort of thing that'll just hose it down.
Or call the locals.
Right, whereas eggs are going to take a hot minute. So I think it's eggs on this one there.
Eggs. Okay. Tony, what do you think?
All right. Well, I love you guys, but I'm going to switch it up. I'm thinking shredded cheese because I'm a cheese guy.
I'm a cheese guy too, bro.
All right, Tony. Let's see what was spilled there. Was it beer, fertilizer, shredded cheese, or eggs? We'll find out next.
Man, that was easy.
Bulldog Rotary Hammer!
Hello?
It is I, He-Man, your inner Bosch.
Inner...
Bosch!
I'm sorry, what?
That powerful feeling you get when you can powerfully blast through concrete. Say it with me.
What, like right now?
Yes! We have the power!
The more you Bosch, the more you feel like a...
Is your team at work feeling a little disconnected? Maybe the workflow's not flowing? Try Confluence by Atlassian. Confluence is the connected workspace where teams can create, organize, and deliver work like never before. In Confluence, teams can whiteboard their vision for any project, easily create or access the relevant pages and resources they need, and discover important context they might not even know they need. Plus, AI helps teams jumpstart brainstorms, organize information, and connect workflows, so teams can move efficiently and create alignment with ease. In fact, with Confluence, teams can see 5.2% average boost in productivity in 1 year. So if your team lacks confidence, try Confluence, the connected workspace where teams can do it all. Set knowledge free with Confluence. Learn more at Atlassian.com/confluence. That's Atlassian.com/CONFLUENCE.
There's one thing that will forever change the way you sleep, and it's the softest, 100% organic cotton sheets from Boll & Branch. You'll fall asleep faster, wrapped in the most luxurious comfort. You'll never sleep hot again with sheets that feel breathable to sleep in. You'll experience the purest softness on night one and feel your sheets get even softer with every wash. Discover the difference with 15% off your first set of sheets at bollandbranch.com with code Odyssey. Exclusions apply. See site for details.
The debauchery rolls on. You're listening to The Men's Room with Miles and Thrill. 99.9 KISW.
Categories licensed to spill on profile this. What is the object that was spilled all over wherever? So we have a truck that overturned on a Florida highway. Would you say 100,000 pounds?
44,000 pounds.
44,000 pounds of crap all over the road and the median. I got to clear it up in 3 hours. Question is, was that beer, fertilizer, shredded cheese, or eggs?
And Tony, that is a question that we posed to you. Let us start with Miles Montgomery. You went beer.
That made sense based on the weight.
And there you go.
Got it.
Oh, my God.
Miles is right. It was beer, man. I don't know why it took 3 hours, but I got to think some of the officers were like, let's take some home.
If it's Florida, it's Busch Light Tall Boys. Or Michelob Ultra. There's only a handful of beers.
That's true, man. Florida does not branch out much.
Yeah. Now for all TV news all time for TV Time at 10.
And now, because your pathetic life is confined to countless hours in front of a talking box, the Men's Room presents TV Time with Ted.
Well, hello, everybody.
Oh, my God.
Lee Ted Smith is out of the office right now. My name is Mike Hawk. I'll be filling in for TV.
Hey, Mike.
So, whether you guys know it or not, but of course you do know it, there was a major event televised over the weekend that I'm sure everybody watched. It's a big thing, happens each and every year. And of course, I'm talking about WWE's Elimination Chamber that went down in Toronto, Canada on Saturday night. I wasn't able to watch it. I was out of town, but I watched the replay of it. Fantastic event. However, big news. Hockey did it all over again, man. So the WWE held its annual Elimination Chamber event on Saturday at the Rogers Centre in Toronto, Canada, and fans booed the U.S. national anthem. They did it again.
Pat McAfee not happy with it.
No, he is not.
Because he was the announcer on that.
Correct. You got Michael Cole, who's been there forever. Pat McAfee's been here for a few years now, doing play-by-play, if you will, or commentary off the side. And he said, quote, "These are the most stacked Elimination Chamber matches that the WWE has ever had. Kind of sucks that it's in the terrible country of Canada that booed our national anthem to start this entire thing." Pat is you guys already know who Pat McAfee is. He's added such a comedy element to commentary. He's cracking up Michael Cole on the side on there all the time. So anybody that thinks Pat's serious about this doesn't know who Pat.
I mean, like you got to. If you threaten another country, the people there are going to be around. It does not matter what the country is. It doesn't matter if you say it. They're going to boo.
There's nothing wrong with playing heel. If you're in that world,
absolutely,
do that.
And what I've found is that even when it comes to the commentary, you do have the voice for the babyface and you have the voice for the heel. Speaking of which, major spoiler alert for Elimination Chamber. So if you're planning on watching it later, click away for a hot minute. There is huge, big-ass news when it comes to the WWE because they have finally done something that the fans have been waiting years, and I mean years for that happen. So the thing that happens here is at Elimination Chamber, the idea is whoever wins Elimination Chamber is going to have a title match at WrestleMania, right?
All right.
So you got 6 guys that are all in the ring. Last one standing gets that shot at WrestleMania. John Cena has come out. He came out late last year.
Gay.
Oh, no. He announced late last year that this was going to be his retirement tour. That he was going to go to his last Royal Rumble, which happened back at the beginning of February, his last Elimination Chamber, which happened over the weekend, and this will be his last WrestleMania that he's going to be taking part in. So he loses the Royal Rumble. He doesn't get a title shot there. His last chance at a title shot for his final WrestleMania is here at Elimination Chamber, and he goes off and he wins. Crowd goes absolutely wild. John Cena is winner of the Elimination Chamber. He's going to go fight Cody Rhodes, who is the guy who had the major story last year leading up to WrestleMania 40. He's going to go fight this guy in WrestleMania for his last title, hopefully getting the Universal Championship for the 17th time. Big news. Now, also what happened in there leading up to that, The Rock had come out there, and they got another story that's going on where he wants Cody Rhodes to be his champion. He wants Cody to sell his soul to The Rock, right? So he needs to make this decision at Elimination Chamber. As soon as that match is done, you got John Cena and Cody Rhodes both sitting there in that ring. They're hyping it up. We're going to fight each other at WrestleMania. The Rock comes out. Travis Scott comes out. He didn't make a whole lot of sense being there. He was honestly just kind of annoying standing there, but it is neither here nor there. Cody Rhodes refuses The Rock's offer to become his champion. The Rock's going to give him all the movie deals. He's going to give him all the stuff and whatnot. Cody Rhodes refuses him, actually drops the F-bomb on there. Rock, go F yourself to this thing, right? Crowd goes absolutely wild. So now Cody Rhodes and John Cena, they're dapping it up. They're excited for it. As they're dapping up, John Cena gives lasers over at The Rock, who kind of gives him a signal. The Rock John Cena throws a crotch shot at Cody Rhodes, drops him. John Cena has finally turned heel.
He turned heel.
This
is what people wanted.
People have been waiting for it at very least. I don't know if they wanted it or not, but the thing about it is that he was such a great babyface. He's doing stuff for Make-A-Wish kids. He's such this positive presence. Like, he is never give up is always his big thing.
Trash.
Also, Mike, we can set up a lot of things, right?
Yeah.
You can slam me. I get it. Whatever the move is.
Right.
When you take that shot,
it
still has to be realistic.
That's right.
You're going to take that shot.
That is absolutely right.
You have to know when you're in there, no matter what, more than likely, you are going down. I mean,
well, that's kind of the thing.
You're going down, man.
Right. That's the thing about the WWE. Like, they're still taking those hits. I mean, you've seen our boy Steve Miggs walk in here.
Yes.
He's got a big old
black eyes.
You bet, dude. So, I mean, they're still taking those shots. But, so the John Cena has officially turned heel. That's something that everybody's been waiting for, but they didn't think it was going to happen because he was too good to turn heel. And this is going to get interesting.
Do you think that helps him win or lose
at WrestleMania?
Oh. Well, depends on who's in his corner.
It definitely throws me for a loop, and that's just the fun of it. This is why I watch it for the storyline. This is why I watch it for the drama that unfolds, because I like being kept on my heels. I can see where things are going for the most part. It's
sure,
like watching,
of course.
It's like watching any movie, watching any TV show. You can kind of see how things are going to happen. When they take such a left turn that nobody saw that coming,
that's great writing.
It's fantastic writing. I don't know if he's going to win WrestleMania. I wouldn't be shocked if he did. Cody Rhodes has done a phenomenal job up to this point. They don't quite know how to make champion Cody look unbeatable.
Okay.
So it's very
Now,
fathomable that
is he-
John Cena would win.
Not knowing this, is he lineage on Dusty Rhodes?
Yes, he is. He is
Okay.
Dusty Rhodes' kid.
All right.
Yes,
I will tell Mike, I don't know if I told you this, but the last show that I did on the radio before I started working with Miles, okay, so the last time I did a show and Miles was not with me, I interviewed John Cena. It's kind of cool.
Okay, Mike, I got to predicate this. So I know I'm working with Steve the next day.
Okay.
So I'm at home painting my house because I'm going through a divorce, right?
Okay.
I'm trying to sell this house. So I have these days off, but I know I'm going to go back to work. I'm going to work with Steve. And I'm listening to the show while I'm painting. So I hear all this. So I'm like,
we don't know each other.
We don't know each other.
We don't know each other.
We haven't met yet. So I'm just listening to the show.
As he's talking to John Cena.
John Cena.
And John's, man, a true sweetheart.
Okay,
I believe it.
Kindest guy you'll ever meet.
But, typically when you're doing radio interviews, you kind of give people the benefit of the doubt. So whoever it is, like if someone walked in here and said, like, I don't know, anybody, Axl Rose, how's our new song? Well, you don't do that. You go,
right.
Oh, God, you guys
It's
check
phenomenal.
out. Oh, Axl Rose.
My God.
This is better than Rocket Queen. But Steve goes, so John Cena asked him about his rap album.
Well, keep in mind.
Oh, my God, I forgot.
He sprang it on me toward the end. We did the interview. And like I said, honest to God, true man to man, he is one of the nicest people you meet. At least he was then. Who knows? And I had heard that maybe he was doing hip hop or something, but I didn't know that he brought a tape. So he knows the time is winding down. And he goes, hey, man, I brought my new song with me, which, look, if you interview people, that is a nightmare.
Great movie. Whatever it is.
But the difference is, if Robert Downey Jr. came in and said, I'm going to show you a clip from my movie, even if the movie sucks, he has enough body of work behind him, he's not going to hurt his feelings. John Cena is not doing music. This is his moment to launch himself as he saw it into the stratosphere. And I just remember thinking in my head, because he's smiling.
Right.
And they put the song on, and he's bobbing his head and all this. And it wasn't bad, per se, but
I can also hear Eric, the producer, in the back going,
Yeah, it did not do well.
But the song finishes, and he's super excited. Man, like anyone that has done a project that is a vanity project, that is true to your soul, and I do believe all of that about it, it doesn't mean it was good. She goes, man, what'd you think? So man, I think if I'm you, I stick with wrestling.
Oh.
Well, I mean, I don't want to lie to the guy.
dead quiet. I'm sitting there like, and I stopped painting.
He did not just say that.
Is this a setup? Is he just going to beat his ass? Like, are they back to the wrestling yet?
Right.
Oh, like I'm setting this up.
I don't know. I have no idea.
You know,
Is he going to kick his ass?
No, and he was very gracious. He kind of smiled. He nodded. You know what I mean? And because I didn't want to hurt the man's feelings because he was a very decent human being. But also because of that, I don't want to lie to you and say, this is not good. So instead of saying this is not good, said, hey, for my taste, I would stick with wrestling if I'm you.
I also say this, Mike. All the wrestling people that I've either one of us interviewed, come in individually, whatever the deal is, they're awesome.
They're the nicest
I've
guys.
never had. I mean, Macho Man was probably one of the favorite.
Brother
interviews.
John, you about anything you want, man? He did not care.
He didn't care. What was the big guy's name? Bradshaw? Or,
Yeah, Bradshaw.
Another decent guy. Even Buff Bagwell was not a bad guy. Goldberg is a good guy.
The only one that I ever got a chance to meet is when Steve had Becky Lynch up here in the studio. Total sweetheart. Absolutely loved getting to meet her. She was a great person as well.
They're actually very kind. It would blow your mind.
Bret Hart, a little sullen, but a nice guy. It just seems like you got to you need more coffee, brother.
Oh God,
you've been beaten in the head too much. Like, come on, man, you can smile.
So John Cena officially turning heel as he goes into his should-be final WrestleMania. There's a lot of people speculating that, okay, maybe this my retirement tour is we're retiring babyface John Cena, and now we're going to get into a more heel-style John Cena. So we'll see that WrestleMania is going to be mid-April, I believe the 21st and 22nd is when that goes down, or 22nd, 23rd, something like that. It's that 20 weekend in April next month there. Now, I joked a little bit. You guys do know that the Oscars took place over the weekend. Conan O'Brien was your host. I was really excited for that, and here's a handful of his jokes that he told over the weekend.
Wicked is nominated tonight in 10 categories. It's the perfect movie for anyone who's ever finished watching The Wizard of Oz and thought, sure, but where did all the minor characters go to college? No, I love The Brutalist. I really did. I didn't want it to end, and luckily it didn't.
It's a 3.5-hour movie.
Conclave is nominated for Best Picture tonight. If you haven't seen Conclave, its logline is a movie about the Catholic Church, but don't worry.
My wife and I, we've been attempting to watch as many of the Best Picture nominees leading up to the Oscars as we could. We were able to watch Conclave, we watched The Substance, we watched Amelia Perez, and I believe that's it. We're going to watch a couple of the other ones here.
What do you recommend? I've seen none of those.
I enjoyed Conclave.
Okay.
I really did. It was a very smart movie dealing with the inner workings of the Catholic Church should the Pope die and the things that they have to go through.
How timely.
Yeah, no kidding, dude. No kidding at all.
Not to wish that on anybody.
But basically, the politics that is involved with electing the next pope. The ending was very weird. It was one of those where it's like, oh, what a twist ending. Like, it didn't need this twist ending.
Okay, all right.
Amelia Perez, no.
If you're a musical, I'm out.
Just
Sorry, man.
no. And it's such a bad musical.
Did you watch the Dylan one? No. Bob Dylan?
No, I haven't. Not yet.
Okay.
I'm dreading
See, that would be
watching
the
one.
first one I would watch.
Yeah, I'm dreading
Because
that
I kind of know just at least the character. Not the biggest fan. There's Bob Dylan I like.
I actually heard that movie was very good from a friend of mine who is the farthest thing from a Bob Dylan fan.
That's normally how that works, too.
Yeah.
You become a fan after the fact. Like, maybe
that
I'll
was
give
his
this guy.
thing, yeah.
The Brutalist, I'm interested to see how that one goes. It's the one that interests my wife, other than the fact that it's 3.5 hours, and I'm not joking.
It seems depressing.
3.5, right? 3.5 hours of it,
right?
Like, come on, man. Do we have to go that doggone long?
The weird thing about watching the Oscars is I don't know. Like, I can't go like, oh, that sucks, bad call.
Right.
Because I don't know.
They used to take movies that were from all the way through the
You
year.
just kind of assume Demi Moore is going to win because maybe she's never been nominated and they're going to give her that. And they don't.
Exactly.
So I appreciate that aspect of it. Sure. I just don't know the movies they're talking about.
Right. Quick little spoiler alert here. 30 seconds of the highlight reel of all the winners here at the Oscars.
And the Oscar goes to Kieran Culkin. And the Oscar goes to Zoe Saldana.
And the Oscar goes to Adrian Brody.
And the Oscar goes to Mikey Madison.
And the Oscar goes to Honora Sean Baker.
For Best Picture.
And the Oscar goes to
Honora.
You guys heard the name Honora passed around a couple times. It absolutely dominated out the Oscars. Quick rundown here. Honora won... Let's see how many here. 1, 2, 3, 4 of the Oscars, including Best Picture, Best Actress with Mikey Madison, Best Director with Sean Baker, Best Original Screenplay by Sean Baker. The Brutalist, Adrian Brody, won for Best Actor. Supporting Actor, that was Kieran Culkin for the movie A Real Pain. Best Supporting Actress, Zoe Saldana for Amelia Perez. The one that pissed me off, and we're gonna cover these tomorrow on Sit and Spin, is Best Original Song, which it happens each and every year. There's an original song that shows up there in all these movies, and Amelia Perez's El Mal won for Best Original Song. Now, to be fair, I haven't heard a whole lot of original songs at all these Oscar nominees, but the songs in that movie were so abysmal, I'm pissed off that it won anything.
Is it weird that like Kieran McCulkin or, I don't know, like the Casey Afflecks of the world? We know they're brothers.
Right.
But they're probably more critically acclaimed
They absolutely
on
are.
that stage.
But critically acclaimed generally means we haven't seen your work.
Yeah, but you're better than
I heard you're good.
You're better than your brothers who we know, but we don't, I mean, kind of know you.
We don't know your work. Yeah, that's great. What are you going to watch tonight? You got The Bachelor over on ABC, The Voice on NBC. You got Extracted over on Fox and NCIS over on CBS. Late night tonight, I'm going to recommend Seth Meyers. He's got Kate Hudson stopping by.
Thank you, Mike. We appreciate it. Headlines are coming up. You're listening to The Men's Room.
The Men's Room returns with Miles and Thrill. Now, let's see what's happening in the real world.
All right, here we go. If you're a convicted felon, do not walk into a Walmart and start waving around a gun. Meanwhile, a woman goes searching for her husband, and in a van, he was having some fun. Pennsylvania police pull over a vehicle and revive a dead woman in the back seat. A dog is taken to the vet where they find many things that a pup shouldn't eat. And a goat owner punishes her mean one with a pool noodle. It's time for your headlines.
Now, it's time to hit the headlines. Here's my car.
All right, our top story. We go to the internet where we see an example of hell hath no fury. The video shows a woman approaching a work van and confronting her husband who's inside. Obscenities are shouted before the woman goes to one of the side doors and pulls it open to reveal another woman in the back of the van. And her husband without any pants on. A dramatic scene is made at this point as the woman screams at him about cheating on her in the back of a van, his dad's work van no less, as well as insults hurled at the mistress. The couple argue about the situation as the mistress threatens to call police if she doesn't stop filming, to which the woman states that she doesn't care and clearly makes good on her promise to share the video online. The man admitted defeat in the video, saying that there was no coming back from this and that the pair were done. She had made her point.
Yep.
That's all he was really saying was like, you made your point. You made your point. Okay, can we be done? Like, the kids are in the car. She's like, yeah, your kids. Our kids are in that car. Good work. In the back of a van. Well done, man. In other news, wild story out of Pennsylvania. Officers pulled the car over on the freeway after they say they were following another car too closely while approaching a construction zone. While talking with the driver, officers identified one of the passengers as having several warrants in a neighboring county, and they also noticed an unresponsive woman in the back seat that they claimed was sleeping. They eventually opened the back door to talk to the woman, noting her slumped posture, and quickly began life-saving procedures after noticing fentanyl and a pipe in the back seat with her. Paramedics eventually arrived and were able to reestablish a pulse before taking her to the hospital. Officers searched the vehicle and turned up even more drugs to the tune of 3 pounds of methamphetamine.
Jesus.
The driver and passenger were arrested and faced serious charges. That's a...
Yeah. I tell you what, she got lucky. That they pulled them over, or she would not be here.
She was given Narcan and had zero response.
Yeah,
she was done, dude. And even then, they took her to the hospital with a pulse, and that's what they said that they knew from there. They had no further information on her condition. I would not be shocked if she's not with us anymore, just because of just how bad a shape that she was in when they found her. Mm-hmm. The fact that they were able to reestablish a pulse is nothing short of a miracle there.
Yeah,
and. You know, then they're giving conflicting reports. I don't know what in the hell happened in this situation, but it's... Again,
it ain't good.
We cover it all the doggone time. If you're doing something illegal like hauling 3 pounds of meth in the back of your car...
With a dead woman.
Right. You should be, at least, the most responsible driver out there on the road. Especially if you're hitting the freeway. Just putting that out there. Down to California, where a little pup has a big appetite. Her owners rushed the 7-month-old Burmese mountain dog to the hospital after she wouldn't stop vomiting and had a firm and protruding stomach. An x-ray was given at the vet, which revealed that she had eaten something that she shouldn't have and needed surgery to remove it. A post-op photo showed the vet next to the treasure trove of clothing items that the puppy had swallowed, including a scrunchie, 2 hair ties, a shoe insert, a onesie, miscellaneous cloth pieces, and socks. 24 socks. 12 pairs of socks inside that little tummy there. She's recovering from the surgery well and feels a lot better.
Yeah, I bet she does.
I am so glad I have never had a compulsive eater of an animal.
Yeah.
Other, they'll be fiends when it comes to their own food. If I've got the bowl down there, they'll just hork it down. My cats, for whatever reason, will get a burr in their tail to... honestly just start swallowing the food whole, and then they yak it up on my floor like 5 minutes later.
Cats like doing that.
Right, but I've never had this one's eating socks, this one's eating...
everything.
A toothbrush.
Everything, right.
Right. I don't know if that's a nerve thing. I don't know if that's a unresolved puppy trauma thing. I don't...
Beagles are insatiable, so...
Are they really?
Yeah. God, cannot believe the stuff that I've pulled out of a beagle mouth.
Right, and I know some of it is also stress-related. We see the videos all the time of people coming home to their husky or their pit bull.
Yeah. Separation anxiety.
Their boxer, right, that has separation anxiety, and they just chew on everything. So, very lucky I haven't had that. But just in case those stories left a bad taste in your mouth,
thankfully, there's good news.
Thank you, Alan. We go to the lovely world of the internet where we can smile at the world a little sometimes. A video is making the rounds featuring a goat owner's unique way of punishing their goats. The video is captioned simply, quote, "When you are being mean with your horns and end up with the pool noodles." We then see various young goats in the video sporting pool noodles fitted over their horns, which is genius, by the way. It's fantastic. This was met with a frenzy of humorous comments in the video, with some even theorizing that the goats purposely misbehaved so they could wear their stylish pool noodles. And why not? They don't really need their horns out there when they're on the farm.
Right. You're not fighting for anything.
Right.
It's all taken care of.
So, I don't know. Dress them up a little bit. Put the pool noodles on there. That way you don't hurt the kids. That's my 2 cents. You know what? One more for a gloomy day. Another video was shared online that shows a woman just wanting to brighten some days. It's all surveillance footage that captures a sidewalk outside of the woman's home and starts with her taking a piece of chalk and creating something that we've all seen, your basic hopscotch grid.
All right.
She puts a twist on the game by putting a message to dance at the very end. You know where the 10 square usually is? She just put dance in there and waited for pedestrians to walk by. The footage shows several people crossing the sidewalk, with many unable to contain themselves as they one by one irresistibly are coerced into hopping along the grid.
You can't walk by one of those.
No, dude.
No, anywhere.
The number of people that started kind of going out and around it, to which, also side note, I respect that you don't want to mess up the chalk that's on the ground. You're going to walk out and around that. I appreciate that. But then a handful that actually went back and then just did it because, like Miles said,
why not?
Right. It's a nice day outside. We're out here walking. Let me just hopscotch it real quick. And there was everybody and anybody, man. There was no one style to that. Everybody did it, but everybody did give a little booty shake at the end. That was their dance.
Good.
I don't know what it is, but it's a human compulsive dance. It's just a little booty shake, man. That's all that it is there. So, love to see it. Men's Room Sports are brought to you by the fine folks at Sports on What. What are you going to watch tonight? You got NBA and college basketball on, as well as some NHL hockey. Find all those games on the Sports on What app. As far as your weather, overcast with a low of 42 tonight, and those clouds turn into rain for tomorrow with a high of 50. Yep, we made it back again. That's it for headlines. With that, Mike Hawk is out.
4:30 tomorrow, joined by the Daily Mix Morning Show. We'll sit and spin Oscar style. The lovely Jolene is up next.
Yes, indeed. It's all true, but in the meantime, we be all about this bitch. So until next time, please do what you do best. And for Aletha's sake, stay beautiful.
The Men's Room has been taped before a live studio audience. Wardrobe and makeup provided by Mantastic Limited. This has been a presentation of the Men's Room Radio Network.
Oh, man!
A Double Flush production.
Working as a dedicated Fidelity advisor, I always ask, what's important to you? I'll look at those priorities and goals alongside your full financial picture to build a comprehensive plan designed to help grow and protect your wealth. With proactive portfolio insights and an eye on taxes, I'm here to help you make the most of your money. I'm Laura Maxwell, and I'm a dedicated Fidelity advisor. Learn more at fidelity.com/wealth. Investment minimums apply. Fidelity Brokerage Services, LLC, member NYSE, SIPC.
Mom, I need to lay low for a few days.
Lay low? What's going on?
I only paid for this Hyundai Tucson.
Christopher Allen Lynch.
Deal's so right, it almost feels wrong. Get the car or SUV you want at the Hyundai Getaway Sales Event. Get 0.99% APR for 60 months or $7,500 EV bonus on the Hyundai Ioniq 5. Visit your local Hyundai dealer today. Offers end March 31st. Call 562-314-4603 for details.
Hiring is a lonely business. Posting jobs, sifting through resumes, interviews with unqualified applicants, being ghosted. What if you could link with dozens of qualified candidates who are ready to work right now with just one connection? That's Express Employment Professionals. Find us at expresspros.com. One connection, the workforce you need. Problem solved. Express Employment Professionals. expresspros.com.
What's up? It's your boy, the Ted Smith. Slow drain being a pain? Call Pinky. That pipe's being a little leaky? Call Pinky. When the toilet won't flush and you're in a rush? Call Pinky. When your shower lost all its spray power? Call Pinky. When your sink's on the blink? Call Pinky. Pinky's Plumbing promises to lick all your plumbing problems quick. So when your plumbing backs up and things get stinky, call Pinky's. Pinky'sPlumbing.com.
Nerds! Today's episode is sponsored by Smart Travel, a new podcast from NerdWallet. Smart Travel doesn't just cover points and miles. They break down all the financial aspects of your trip, whether that's the best days to book, how to avoid hidden fees, or which fancy travel credit cards pay off, and which ones are just an expensive flex. If you want your travel budget to work harder, then dive into the best deals, products, services, and more with Smart Travel from NerdWallet, wherever you get your podcasts.